Hello, Internet, and welcome to Red Jenny. We are here back playing Dragon Age, and so excited to do that. We've been off for a bit because we had travel and computer issues and all sorts of drama, but we're finally here, and we're picking back up where we left off last time, and it's gonna be real sad. If you missed the last session of Dragon Age, I recommend going to watch that first. If you haven't and you don't really care, that's fine too. If you just want to jump back in and catch us live, just buckle up. Going to be some feels today, probably. But before we jump into that, talk about what we've got going on the channel this week. We were pretty dark over the last week because of the travel and schedule stuff. So we should be back to like our normal scheduling this week, where we will play today, and then we'll be back on Saturday for a double header.
And tomorrow.
Oh, Gee, yeah, I'm running that game. Tomorrow. Tomorrow we are doing a makeup game of Hearts of Stone. We're playing Blades in the Dark. So that will be tomorrow at 7:00 Eastern time. Come hang out with us for that. Thank you, Sid, for reminding me. And then we will be back on Saturday for more Strixhaven and then more Hearts of Stone. So that is our schedule. You can go below our faces if you're watching us live on Twitch and see all of that, and keep up to date, or join our Discord, and that's where most of our announcements go out first. So if you want to get that hot news when it hits the presses, that's where to be.
That hot goss.
That
stinking hot goss on your timeline.
That is it, though. I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to my lovely players here to introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do, both on and off the channel, and who they are playing tonight. Starting, as always, with Van.
That's me. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van But Wilder, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. I'm on Mastodon, I'm on Blue Sky, but mostly I'm hanging out in the Discord, which you can join by following the link that's in the chat and also below our faces, and streaming on Twitch several times a week. On Sunday nights, I'm over on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly, for which we are getting very, very close to the new season of Playthings of the Gods. Very excited. Dungeons and Dragons, that's happening. I think that's this coming Sunday.
This Sunday, yeah.
This Sunday is the premiere of the final season. So come hang out. Talk about centaurs with me, because I'm playing one. And on this channel, a few times a week, Monday nights here, and then Saturdays for the Saturday doubleheader. I run Dungeons and Dragons. We're finishing up The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And then for Hearts of Stone after that. Today, I am playing Venehn, who is an elven marksman, and thinks that we don't talk about creatures that don't have arms that much. But his favorite two are fish and snakes. So if you had to be one or the other, Venehn would be a snake.
Okay, so it's the bet if you had to choose between a fish and a snake.
Fish or a snake.
What would you be?
Fish or snake.
Okay.
And then it would be a snake.
Venehn would be a snake.
A specific kind of snake? Yeah.
I think we've already done that bit.
Have we?
But I think Venehn would be a cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth. Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Did my bit require a lot of explanation?
No, I wanted to make sure we set up the parameters before we moved on to everyone else.
Okay, I got you.
That's
That's what you're here for. That's your job.
Yeah.
I was being serious.
To set up the thank
you.
No,
that's your job. That's your one job.
Yeah, it is. All right, that's it. Thanks, Van. Moving on next to Sid. Hi.
Hey, I am Christina Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid. I'm here Mondays and Saturdays. Tonight I'm playing Yasmera. Yaz is our Kunari shadow. I think Yaz would actually be a fish. And I think she would be a whale shark. Because they look really big and really scary, but they just eat krill. That seems right up her alley.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they feed other little fish. There's like all those little cleaner fish like to sort of conglomerate around whale sharks and eat little barnacles and shit off of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's me.
Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary sign best friend on the internet. You can find me on the social media at WALLE132, just like the cute little Disney robot. You can find me here playing games with all these wonderful people on Mondays and Saturdays. You can find me over at Who's_Kids channel playing some One Piece RPG. Check that out. I got other stuff in the works, so I'll talk about that when it happens. So bing, bang, boom. Today, though, I am playing Garas, your favorite Grey Warden duelist elf. And if he had to choose, he would go with fish. And he would be a great white shark because he admires how great white sharks are tenacious. That there has been reports of, like, you can see reports of great white sharks just looking beaten up and shit and still living because they push through all that stuff. They are fighters. So that's Garrus. He would be a great white shark.
They also hold a grudge.
They also hold a grudge. They do.
Yeah,
They are animals that hold
like
grudge.
thousands of miles to like travel around the world.
Just like Garrus, he holds a grudge. That's me.
I guess that takes it to me then. Hello, Internet, and hi, Mom. It's me, it's Sita. You can find me at most places on the internet at Mr. Wilt. I spelled it weird when I was younger. Just look it up in the doodly-doo below. You can find me on Instagram at john.sita, where you can see lots of lovely photos of food that I made. I need to update that. I haven't done it in a while. But just, find me in the chat on the lovely games. I work Saturdays, but I love poking my head in during Strixhaven and Hearthstone and saying hi to my friends, and you should too. Or just join us in the Discord. Tonight, I will be playing Andros Philippe Bastille to Cartier, also known as Carter, the human arcane abomination.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sadie. Did you not get my memo?
Oh, bye, guys. I think Carter, if he had to choose between a fish and a snake, I think he would be a snake. He would be the sad Ouroboros devouring its own tail forever.
Sita, I do have to ask, has your mom watched the previous? How's Jean handling last episode?
Oh yeah, I do need a mom update.
How is she?
I haven't told her yet.
Oh,
It's okay. No, she doesn't watch on stream. She watches on YouTube. By the way, check out our playlist on YouTube. But it's not posted yet. I haven't figured out how to tell her what's happening yet.
Oh, I have bad news for you, buddy. That one went live today.
I'm gonna call my mom after the stream. I call my mom on break.
Oh no.
well.
Oh, Jean.
Yeah, way to call me out there, Sid.
I wanted to make sure mom is our biggest fan.
We did
I
all want to
wanna
know,
make
and we did
sure.
forget to ask. So
Yeah.
I guess we will see.
Sorry, Jean. We love
ugh.
you.
It wasn't my fault. I don't want to be getting a hate mail from Sita's mom. All right, hi everyone.
Just
They
shows
do
up
know
at
where
your
to find us
door.
on the internet.
Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet, unless you're Sita's mom, in which case I'm not anywhere. You can't find me. I am here a couple days a week playing, running games. Mostly, I run 2 games on the channel. And this one, Hearts of Stone, which we'll be going. We will have 2 sessions of this week, so come hang out with us for that. Also over on LB Hacko's channel, Hack Recklessly, where we are starting playthings this week. Unfortunately, we weren't able to finish my Blades 2-shot Beyblades this last week, but we will hopefully do that soon once somebody inevitably has to miss a session. We'll finish that up. Oh boy. Are y'all ready to get started?
Absolutely not, but I don't think we have a choice.
Previously on Red Jenny, your crew had finally gotten everything in place to defend the Divine from assassination at the hands of the Ben Hasroth and Yasmera's mother, Talus. You had concocted a plan in which Venehn would impersonate the Divine Rosamond and take her place during the evening services at the Grand Cathedral. Meanwhile, the rest of you would be protecting or be in waiting within the Divine's quarters to ambush any attackers, while the Divine herself was secreted away. Yasmera's part of this plan would be to infiltrate the Ben Hasrath agents that would be conducting this attack to try to get some intel, inside information, and do whatever she could to disrupt from the inside. The plan, for the most part, was going off without a hitch. Yasmera met up with her mother and was able to gain access to this last safe house that the Ben Hasrath were using, where the around 40 or 50 agents of the Ben Hasrath were preparing explosive satchels and weapons for this raid on the Grand Cathedral. You were given your assignment under the command of one of Talus's lieutenants, officers. Oh shoot, I forgot to write down his name last time. What name did I give him?
I do not remember.
This is the one that replaced Null.
This was the one that replaced Null. I didn't write down his name.
Hold on.
Okay, we'll see if we can remember, if somebody remembers.
Lonnie Anderson.
And his party.
It won't matter. Clearly, he's a super important NPC, and that's why I gave him a name. But you began your preparations for this attack, seeing the sort of daunting task ahead of you. The rest of you were at the Grand Cathedral. You met with the Seekers, who were mostly going to be in disguise amongst the chantry devotees, the clergy at the cathedral, preparing for this attack. To make the final preparations, Venehn began to take on the disguise, was swapping personas with Rosamond. You got to have a nice little conversation with the Divine where she thanked you for what you did at the circle, and you thanked her in return for not having you executed. While that was happening, Carter and Garas went up to the Divine's quarters to investigate and make sure there wasn't anything nefarious at play.
And it wasn't. Everything was fine. Moving on.
Yep. Everything went fine when Carter attempted a divination spell in order to seek out the mirror that you had been seeing pieces or fragments of kind of scattered around, wondering if anything like that might be here. The magic backfired. Unfortunate effect of the volatile nature of magic in Thedas. The power overwhelmed Carter as something went wrong, and he went into a catatonic state. Immediately upon this happening, Akant, who was there with you, attempted to jump into action and end the life of Carter, fearing that Carter may turn into an abomination. Garas, not wanting to give up on his friend, defended Carter from Akant, and inside of Carter's dreamscape in the Fade, Carter was confronted with a vision of Eckert in a pseudo-memory of your times at the Circle, and seeking help from the spirit, you unknowingly invited in a demon of the Fade. And at that moment, Carter's body began to contort, spines and bones protruding from his skin, his face warping underneath some sort of monstrous visage, and an explosion occurred of magical force as an abomination was born, in the very seat of the divine herself. And that is where we are picking up here today. I am going to ask Garas,
Yeah.
Venehn to both roll initiative.
That's 18 for me.
18. I'm just going to do this on a notepad because it's just a couple of you.
That's also an 18 for me.
All right. So, Venehn and Garas, you'll be going in the same initiative order. And then I'm going to roll. Here's the roll for a Kant. A Kant gets a plus dexterity is a 4. Got a 17.
Nice.
Okay.
Go, Dad.
And this will be the roll for the abomination. That'll be an 11.
Ha.
Okay.
So it will give you an opportunity to act first. I'm going to go ahead and describe because Venehn, I want to know what you do first. You are sitting there in this this rectory, this like private area for the divine, as you are putting on the last touches to your disguise.
Mm-hmm.
When suddenly you hear something before you feel it. You hear a like a crack of something, like you're hearing the sound of essentially like a gunshot between multiple walls, like a firework going off or something, just loud enough, and it's just off, like it's muffled, but it catches your attention, followed by a shuddering to the room. Like everything in the room kind of shakes a little bit. Small pieces of like the reliquary and other like adornments to the room kind of shuddering in their place. And the divine Rosamund feels it too, and she looks up at you and then at Duchess Janelle, who is also in the room with the two of you, and goes, "What was that?"
I look at Janelle.
Janelle says, I don't know.
Something's
Could
wrong.
they have started the attack early? Should I get Rosamund to safety?
Yes.
And you hear footfalls outside, running around. There's a dun, 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 knock at the door, and it pushes open. You see Seeker Livia pushing her way in and says, "There's some sort of disruption up near the Divine's quarters. I don't know what's going on. We're making our way there right now, but there's debris or something, some sort of explosion in that way.
Something's
We
not
need to
right.
get you to safety as soon as possible." And she looks to the Duchess and to the Divine, and the Duchess sort of stealing stuff. You can see the Divine looking very worried in this moment, is very concerned and
Okay.
nervous.
Stick to the plan.
The Duchess says, "Right, Rosamund, with me immediately. Seeker with us as well. We're going to get you to my quarters right now. Find us there if something we're not expecting. Please send word if something has gone wrong."
Yes.
And begins to usher out the three of them moving together.
Were there other seekers?
There
Or was
are.
it
You
just
can hear
Livia?
some heading that way.
I'm going with them.
Okay, so you are going to run. Venehn,
And I will look upset and panicked in case anyone sees me, as if these seekers are taking me to safety.
Okay, so you are still keeping on the guise of the Divine,
Yep.
moving with the Seekers.
We're
I
it's
think
just I'm calling a little audible. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
I think the Duchess gives word, or Seeker Livia gives word to a couple of the other Seekers who kind of move into pace step with you. Rosman she's no longer wearing the vestiges of her station anymore. She's dressed very plainly, like a servant or a lower member of the clergy would be dressed as she's moving with the Duchess. So she is brushed off while you are heading that way.
Stay safe, stay hidden. One of us will get you when it is safe.
They give a nod as they move off. You round the corners and begin to head towards the apartments with the Seekers. You're moving that way. It will be you will not make it there this round, but you begin to hear some sort of commotion, something happening up in the divine toward the Divine's quarters.
Can I ask the Seekers that I'm with that nothing changed? None of the movements were strange. No one you didn't know made it up to our quarters.
No one that we've seen made it past our watch. Your companions, Garas, Carter, and Akant, went up to investigate her quarters, and then an explosion of some kind.
I'm trying to decide if it clicks.
Probably not.
But probably not. I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, you're expecting explosions anyway. I mean, it would be wild for you to assume that something like this happened, rather than so you missed something.
We have to assume that they have an agent inside.
Everybody's moving.
I think that's the only assumption he can make at this point.
We're moving everyone into place, but let's find the source of this while we can.
Keep your eyes sharp.
And the three of you rush up the steps. And everything is chaos. I think immediately all the Seekers have dropped their guys as they're moving to perimeters to secure anything else. They have jumped into action at this point, assuming the attack has started. And we'll get to the consequences of that in a second.
Yep.
Upstairs.
Venehn thinks, good. Yes, excellent work. Well done, everyone.
Upstairs, Garas, you have been thrown backwards. I need you to make a strength, is it Constitution stamina?
Okay. That's 7.
7. Okay. You are going to take 6 points of penetrating damage from the force of this blast having hit you as you are thrown backwards. You are prone on the ground as you blinking look up, and you see Akant is on the other side of the room from you. Everything in the Divine's quarters has been blasted away, forming this pocket within the room. You see the windows have been shattered out onto over the balcony, and there's just this perfect sphere in the center of the room where the floor and the ceiling have been kind of pushed inwards in a spherical shape, and hovering in the center of the room you see the former vision of Carter. You can still make out same general build and body type. You can almost see half of Carter's face is still there, but the rest of it has this growth over it of these bone spikes that kind of spiral upwards at the crown of his head. You see arms elongated, with more of these growths forming these long, jagged claws at the ends of his hands. The armor that he was wearing has now been overgrown with those same protrusions, it has been melded into his flesh, and the air is sparking with fade energy around him. The only thing that seems to have not been caught up in this blast and transformed is the halberd that is lying on the ground at his feet.
Okay. Since I got knocked prone, I have to use my action to stand up, right?
I think it's a minor action to stand.
Okay.
It's a minor action, half your movement.
Okay.
It uses half your movement. You have to use a minor action to use your movement.
You're pretty close. You're only a couple yards away, so it's not really going to keep you from getting close to the distance.
Hold on 1 second. So actually, I think I may have something.
You do because we have the same talent.
Yes.
You can camp up as a free action.
Yeah,
you
I have the
can
quick
keep up for free.
reflexes. That's right. I could use no. I can only use ready as a free action. Is what I can do.
I just want to
I don't
say
have level 2 yet.
real quick to the folks out there who think overlapping in classes is a bad idea. It's the best thing we ever did. You don't have
'Cause
to
it helps you
remember
know your
all
shit.
your abilities.
Yeah.
Between all of us, we'll figure it out.
100%.
If 2 people at the table share an ability, at least you got 2
One of you
brains
will
that can
remember it. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's an amazing feeling. Garas, it's like that moment where everything, he just hears like, he doesn't hear anything. He just hears that high pitched noise, like he was caught in like an explosion kind of thing. His ears are ringing. And as he like pushes himself up to his feet, he like steadies himself and like vision is blurry and he's looking at Carter, or what was Carter, and he freezes. He doesn't move for a good moment because it's like the adrenaline is picking up into him, and one of his worst fears is just now right in front of him. And there is this moment where he doesn't know what to do. And what I think he does is he just stares for a while and he just takes a deep breath. And that halberd is on the floor, right?
Yeah.
He picks up the halberd and he attacks Carter with it.
Okay. Go ahead and you push yourself on the ground, grabbing the halberd as you rush to meet this this creature that was formerly your friend.
What's the stats for that halberd?
So it's going to be your same attack. Well, so it would be your strength plus your. I assume you have a do you have a focus in?
I don't have a focus in pole arms. No, I have a focus in heavy blades, but I don't know if that's a.
It's not a heavy blade.
Okay.
Let me get up. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the stats for it. So it is a pole arm. So you're gonna roll plus strength.
Mm-hmm. That is 18.
18. Let me check my stats for Abomination, Carter. That will hit.
Okay. And what's the damage for it?
Damage is 2d6 plus 3 plus your strength.
Okay. That's 20 points of slashing.
20 points of slashing damage. That will be reduced by armor, which is going to be 10. So that will be 10 points. Let me just.
Yeah, I didn't get any stunts in that last roll either.
I know I did roll for a con. You go rushing forward with this, picking up the glaive off the ground, and you strike across this creature. As the blade carves through, you see splattered across the ground from where, like, I think it cuts like through some of this like shoulder viscera and like the musculature that's like grown over it. It slashes through that. Black blood sprays across the ground, and the abomination does not react to it in like an immediate way. There's no like reaction of pain. Instead, you see. I think it just stays totally focused. It is like looking down at its hand right now as energy is coalescing like along the fingers. It doesn't even register that you're there.
And Garas right now, like, as he did that slash, he's biting down hard on his lower lip right now that is almost drawing blood. And tears are like falling down his face right now.
In this emotional moment, you see meeting on the other side. Akant has dragged himself up and rushes across. You hear it like, and I think as like tinnitus is wearing off, you just get that really muffled battle cry from Akant, who seemed like completely enraged, but also terrified. Rushes forward with his sword. Also goes in to make an attack. No stunt points, but that will be a 23 to hit. And he will deal. That is 7 plus 11 is 18 points of damage, reduced to 8. Very similarly, on the other side, another slash across the body of this unmoving entity floating in the center of this room as blood sprays across the ground. And in that moment, as the two of you have attacked, there is a stillness as the abomination finally sets down, like lowers down slightly, and seems to break its attention, and looks down at the blood now running down its arm, and in a voice that sounds like a distorted form of like Carter's, but has been like put through, like Carter speaking through a fan almost, you hear it say, "So this is pain. Interesting." And in a flash, it is going to attack at you, Garas. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That will be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Alrighty. Oh boy, is he gonna... Yeah, he's gonna spend 3 points to do a demonic lightning attack, which is the most anime thing I've heard in this game, and that was actually in the rulebook, not some bullshit I made up. To do a second
Demonic
attack.
lightning attack.
Second attack, Garrus, a Kant that will hit.
We gotta get our fun where we can get it right now.
Yeah. All right. That is going to be 13 points of damage to you.
Okay.
And 17 points of damage to a Kant, who does not have a lot of armor. 17 he has.
The thing that really scares me about this whole situation is whether or not this thing has access to all the same spells that Carter does.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the scary part.
You asked that.
Please
Oh,
don't put.
Um,
I'm gonna keep my fucking mouth shut. Actually,
Oh.
uh,
Yeah, I didn't say anything specific either. Yep.
I almost did.
need, as part of this attack, also gets to cast a spell with demonic lightning attack. And is going to... I need you to make... I need you to make a stamina constitution test. Yes.
Okay. Woo, that's a 20.
Damn, all right.
Because I rolled triple sixes.
Damn.
And I have
Alright,
no
so
focus in
have
Constitution stamina. I just
a
had straight up
Kant.
Constitution.
Does not have Constitution stamina, so it'll just be +2. That is not enough. How much what'd you say you rolled?
I rolled a 20.
Okay. That is enough to succeed. A Kant fails. So you only take 4 points of penetrating damage.
Does so it doesn't block the armor?
It is not blocked by armor.
Okay.
A Kant takes 12 points of penetrating damage.
Oof.
And you watch as it slashes into you and seems to almost vanish, and then slashes across the back of a Kant. And this spell, you watch as your blood is pulled through the air as it like is sprayed across the ground. It sort of stops before hitting the ground and then is pulled through the air towards the abomination, and then flows into its arms. And you watch as its wounds close over as it casts Drain Life. And the abomination is now floating like near, has ended its turn, just off the balcony, and is back fully healed from where it was before.
Okay.
You watch as it looks out at you and a Kant who's taken a pretty good beating now, and you watch as the side of like Carter's face like contorts into a sharpened smile. That will bring it back to the top of the round. However, we are going to cut away from this moment for a second as Yasmera, you are standing on the streets of Val Royeaux and have just watched as the window to the Divine's apartments is blown outwards into the city streets, falling by a crack, and there's panic and movement around the Grand Cathedral. You begin to see people rushing out of the cathedral. And there's a lot of like turmoil in the streets. You are currently standing there with Talus and the squadron that you are going to be accompanying. She's with her own, and you see a look of surprise across the faces of the Ben Hassaroth that are accompanying her. Actually, make me an empathy check.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, 654. That is nice. 18. 22.
22. You see the look of somebody who doesn't understand what just happened, but was expecting it. And she says, "There's a signal. Let's move." And she and the Ben Hassaroth begin to move through the crowd towards the cathedral. What does Yasmera do?
Who has the explosives right now?
The explosives are divided up into like 8 different satchels that are being carried by. These squads have been separated into like 5 or 6 people each. And each one has been given a different satchel, and they have kind of like spread out. You were in the streets with a couple of squads. Some of the others have moved like to other sides of the cathedral. Like everyone's kind of spread out and moving in, like not as one group, but as like separate groups coming in at the same time.
Okay, who has it from my squadron?
Your commander, I can't remember his name of. Let's just call him Jason.
Great, Jason of the Argonauts. Jason.
Yes.
Got it.
He is carrying it while the and as you have broken off from Talus's group now. Talus herself does not, her squad does not have one. So
okay. She said it that way. So one more question in relation to where my squadron is headed. Does it look like she's headed straight up?
It looks like y'all are heading towards like a side entrance to the cathedral, which have there are lots of like walkways that lead into like the cathedral and the apartments around here. It's very kind of like, you know, gardens and trees and like manicured little like lawns and stuff. Like I think like the Vatican, where there's like dozens of different entrances into it. And y'all are heading to a side one. She is heading off to a different entrance.
Okay. I have 2 potential things I would like to do. The first, you'll have to tell me if I can pull these shenanigans. Is there any way, with what I know of my poison lore and what I could have garnered before this moment, a way to neutralize this explosive?
Interesting. So like whether Gatlock can still be detonated.
If a certain reagent is added or something that she might have access to given her poison proficiency.
Yeah, go ahead and do a let's see, what would be the focus we want to use here? I don't think it would be poison.
Yeah.
I think it would be it might be like a military lore
I had that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say military lore, or specifically Kun is one, which is like lore and information philosophy of the Kunari. So either one of those work.
Yeah, they'd be the same. So okay. I stunted on that, which is nice. 14 plus 7 is 21.
Okay.
With
It's
5
actually-
stunt points.
I will say it is it's not all that complicated. Gatlock cannot be detonated if it's wet.
Fabulous. I'd like to clock the general area that my mom went off to, and I would like to try to, while walking behind my quote-unquote commander here, I'd like to ledger domain some water into his pack.
Okay, so like taking out your like flask or
Yep. And
some
just
water,
like sort of skirting by as if I'm
Yeah, I mean,
making
I
my
think-
way by.
I actually think it's totally reasonable that you would have brought that with you, knowing that Gatlock can, that would be a way that I'd say even because you stunted and with the stun points you have, we could say that the Seekers are aware of that too. That was information that they were privy to. So all the Seekers are armed with water balloons.
Yes!
Let's say, let's do a ledger domain, dexterity ledger domain roll.
And then, regardless of how this goes, she's going to, like, she's already in full shadow mode. She is going to cut off from this group and try to, as stealthily as possible, follow her mother.
Okay.
Bad. No stunts. It's a 19.
Okay. I am gonna roll for them for a seeing check to see if they notice.
Sorry, 20 in shadow mode. Because Ledger Domain is one of those things that is affected by shadow mode.
I guess it would make sense for you to be in shadow mode right now.
Pretty
given
much
what's going-
constantly. Let's
Not
be
that you're not
honest.
hiding, because I was like, would they think it's suspicious if you're doing that? But also, what the fuck is shadow mode? Like, 'cause it's not like you turn into shadows. It's
No,
more of like an
it's-
actively
It's
trying
like
to
a
avoid
state
being
of
seen.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's fair.
A lifestyle choice.
It's a lifestyle choice.
So, yeah,
So
absolutely.
20.
Yes.
Okay. We roll for them. Okay. You are moving with your group. You cut off from Talus, who's gone a different way. You see, you're like pushing through the crowds that are heading out, kind of moving in. Nobody's really giving like much of a second mind to you as you actually step through the doors into the cathedral. And there are people all around right here. Some investments, like having hushed conversation, like having like shouting conversations at each other. Chaos all over the place inside this like initial like foyer entrance into this room. You grab the water skin from your bag and uncork it, move behind this your captain here, and like dump the contents out into over the satchel. You watch the water kind of running over it, seeking like soaking into the like hempen bag that it's currently in. And as you do that, you begin to step away as you suddenly feel a hand grasp on your wrist as one of the humans in the group behind you locks eyes with you. And you see the rest turn around and face you, and the human in a low voice says, Talus told us you'd probably try something. As they begin to draw weapons. And Yasmera, you are suddenly in a very dangerous situation. We're going to cut away from that
Oh, John.
very quickly as we head back to Venehn, currently rushing up the steps. You can see like there are broken doors that some of the Seekers are pushing away at the top of the stairs, where they've been like blown out to the banister, along with like some furniture and stuff that was in the room. They're pushing everything out of the way and just begin to clear it and move into the room. So there's like 2 Seekers there, the 2 with you, and now yourself. So now you're accompanied by 4 Seekers in total. As you go rushing past them in the disguise of the Divine, pushing into her quarters.
Oh, sorry. Move!
And as you round
Please.
the corner, Garas and Akant with their, I think the 2 of you are kind of like, or like you're cheated off to the sides where you see movement and you can see the Seekers and Venehn pushing through, or the Divine, you know it's Venehn. And
You did the makeup.
you see the 2 of them, and then eyes focus in the center as you see an entity hovering just a few inches off the ground, blood dripping from claws. And it takes you a second, but in that moment you register Carter. I need you to make a willpower, I'm going to say morale check.
Not maybe self-discipline?
You know what? I can argue for self-discipline. Yeah.
Yay!
Or a Tower of Will.
I'm a Tower of Will. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Self-discipline, focusing your mental energy or controlling your impulses or emotions.
17?
Seems right.
17?
I'd say that is enough. I'm not going to tell you what you're feeling right now, but I'm going to say it's enough to
I know
keep
what
them
I'm
in
feeling.
check. Keep your feelings in check.
Okay.
I do want to know, what is Venehn? What crosses Venen's mind as soon as
there
they
is
see
a
this?
single thought that crosses Venen's mind as they focus in and realize that it's Carter's face in there. And I think there is this very brief like flashback to flames and a young mage who died in them before he takes one deep breath, shoves it all down, looks at Garas, sees that he's in distress, looks at Akant, and then just knocks the head covering off, where the tall head covering where the bow has been hiding, pulls the bow out over his shoulder to the Seekers. Kill it now. Kill it. Kill it. Just says, kill it.
Make your attack.
Can I aim?
You had to use your minor action to get in.
You're right. Oh boy. That is. I can't do math. Kill it. Now. 10, 20.
That will hit.
Okay. How much damage do I do?
You tell me.
Yeah, 12 damage.
12 points of damage. All right. Not piercing armor or anything now.
Unless this bow does that, but I don't think it does.
No.
Oh wait, and I got 3 stump points. Hold on.
So you could pierce armor if you wanted to.
Yeah, in theory, if I remembered how to play this game. Dude, we take a week off from this game and my brain just sort of melts it out of existence.
Yeah.
For some reason. Yeah, because I can do, so I'll do pierce armor for 1. Meaning I ignore armor.
Okay.
Because I have a talent that
Or
does that.
changes to penetrating damage.
Yes, changes to penetrating. And so I have 2 left. And I will do a mighty blow.
All right. So roll the additional d6s.
Yeah.
So you had 12.
12. So
And it's now
15, so
penetrating.
15 total.
15 penetrating damage. Okay. the arrow fires true, sticks into the like again these growths that are over the armor itself, piercing into the abomination's body. So he kind of flinches backwards a little bit as its eyes are rapidly scanning around the room to where to the new figures entering it.
Yeah, and I think Venehn just one more time looks over at Garas, and there's nothing.
Mhm.
There is nothing here. It is the eyes are empty. It is nothing. It says, "Kill it."
All right. That will be Garrus's turn now.
Before Garas was holding that halberd, and it was shaky in his hand. And as soon as the arrow flies over his shoulder and slams into the abomination, he glances over and his eyes lock with Ven's. And there's like that little unspoken moment between them. And when Ven says kill him, Garas does that same thing as Ven.
I want to
And-
be very clear. Venehn says, "Kill it."
Yeah. As soon as
It
that
matters
happens,
to him.
as soon as that he hears that, he does that same thing where he just pushes it all down, and he
Okay.
drops the halberd to the side, using my fast reflexes, draws the claymore, and he swings it at this abomination with the full force of his strength behind it.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good roll. That is 19.
Hits.
Okay, and I got 2 stun points from that.
Okay.
So, okay. Yeah, I'm going to do pierce armor because of. Wait, hold on. Let me just double check this again because it's been forever since I played. Okay. Going to do pierce armor for 1 because it's reduced, and because it's I'm the duelist talent. If I'm doing any piercing damage, it just goes straight through, ignores all armor. And the other one is I'm going to do is no, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, 15 points slashing.
All right. 15 points of slashing damage. Alrighty.
Oh, and also because of the two-hander style, I can knock him 2 yards away in any direction.
Okay. You want to just knock him back towards the
Yeah, just knock
balcony?
him back further. Like
Okay.
slamming them against the wall or something.
Well, back is to the balcony, so if you hit him back,
Oh.
he'll just move out onto that.
Don't want to move out the balcony, that's for certain. No, I'm not going to push him.
Okay. Akant is going to go and is going to rush in beside you to try to end this. That will hit with a 14 plus 10 is 24. And 4 stump points. Do some additional damage. Go ahead and roll that. Pierce armor. So it's going to be 14 plus 11, 25 with pierced armor. So we've been there. So it'll be 19 points of damage on top of what you did. So 49. All right. Kant rushes in, bringing down the sword kind of like in unison with your claymore, slashing across the sides of this abomination as blood sprays across the ground. And it is now Abomination Carter's turn, who sees the people entering and holds up a hand in your direction, and you see energy beginning to coalesce across the fingers of like sparking energy towards you, and that stops. You see his head click to the side, and you hear it say, "Fine then." And then looks up towards the you, Garas, and says, "Next time, Garas." And looks up, "Venehn." And casts Fade Step as he vanishes from in front of you, disappearing.
Oh, can you totally corrupt the way that visualizes too?
Yeah, I think it's like red lightning behind him, very like Reverse Flash in a moment, and just like I think moves through you before just the trail ends and just disappears, moving off somewhere. You aren't.
It was
sure
gonna
where.
be hard enough to kill Carter, and now Carter has become our big bad evil? Are you serious?
Because you said that, I'm picturing Abomination Carter sounding like Tony Todd, and I'm really liking it.
And as the Seekers rush into the room, Venehn, you in front of them, Akant spinning, looking at you, Garas, and across to everyone else, there's this moment of like quiet and uncertainty. Everyone in the room begins to hear shouts from back downstairs and back into the cathedral of panic as we cut to Yasmera, currently in the clutch of one of these scoundrel, and these Ben Hasarath that you're with. You're standing amongst this chaos, and you see. I want you to make a perception seeing test.
I will. I also had an idea.
Oh, sure.
That's very unlikely, but I'm gonna give it a shot. But I'll do the perception first.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 13. That's a 20.
20. You notice around the room.
I also got 3 stunt points if that's applicable here.
Okay, well, I'll give you I'll give you on this, and if you want to spend them. You see like people moving around the room, and some people like looking over at the blades now being drawn. You see down like down the hall a little bit, you watch as a couple of Seekers in disguise are moving towards you, beginning to draw their weapons as well. It doesn't seem like the Ben Hasarath around you have exactly noticed that yet. You also see a kind of hunched figure off to the side, like a prayer, devotee of the chantry, somebody who's like kind of sitting on a bench, like has like a cloak like pulled up over them, hasn't exactly moved yet, but is like kind of still amongst this chaos going around right now.
I'm gonna use my 3 points on this makes me wonder. On our still cloaked figure in the corner there. I can immediately make another perception test at no additional time or resources to discover more information about the object of my test.
Sure.
I have to use a different focus from the first. Can I do an empathy, perhaps, on this one?
Yeah, do empathy.
Not so great, but 9, 16.
You notice this person, they're obviously very still in this moment, which immediately draws your attention, but you see sort of like a tension begin to build, like as soon as the blades are drawn on you and everything is like, there's this moment of like stillness, like slow motion of everything moving, like the Seekers like locking eyes with you and moving in, everything. This figure, like you see sort of like a tension building in their shoulders, like they are about to move, like about to spring.
Okay. I think I feel more emboldened to try this crazy thing that's probably not going to work, knowing that I might have some backup here. She will sort of not even try to wrench out of this human's grasp, just sort of look down at the hand. What are you doing? This is the mission. I added the Raven's Quill as instructed.
Okay. I need you to do a communication deception.
Yep.
And boy, is this! I'm gonna
It's
give
gonna
you
be
a,
high.
I'm
I
gonna
know,
give you a
I
penalty
know.
on this for just like they have been forewarned that you would try shit. So I'm gonna give you a -2 penalty on this roll for that. It'll because it's gonna be contested. So I'm gonna give you a penalty on it instead of setting a DC or a target number.
Okie doke. Yes, baby. Okay. That's a 20.
A 20.
That is a 20.
Okay. So you say this, and the Jason carrying the satchel is eyeing you over suspiciously and looks down at it and says, "Raven's Quill, what the fuck are you talking about?"
Why do you think my mother, who has hated me my entire life, would bring me on a mission like this? Because of my abilities. This is what I work with all the time. Raven's Quill will multiply the effectiveness. That is the plan.
You see like a look of confusion as like blades begin to drop. And in that moment of hesitation, as the blades begin to drop, you see the seekers begin to move forward and the hunched figure begin to move. Sita, would you like to introduce your character?
So the hunched figure, short and leaned over with like a large hunchback underneath this heavy cowl, sort of like creakily stands up and then approaches slowly as if like leaning on like a small stick for a cane, and is like just comes up, and as soon as he's within a few yards of your group, just close enough that maybe the Ben Hausers might turn around and address him, he pulls on the string on the cloak and flings it off with a flourish and stands up to his full height of 5'8" or something, but this massive, broad-shouldered, heavily armored dwarf with no helmet, just a long, thick stripe of black hair streaked with gray, shaven, his shaven sides of his head, and a thick beard braided into 3 large chunks with a stark streak of white off of either side and down the middle. His armor is emblazoned with the griffins of the Grey Wardens. He pulls a hammer out with his left hand, and he reaches back and he pulls off the mountainous tower shield that he slams down in front of him with enough force to echo throughout the cathedral. And he says, "Hey, you lot, pick on a better foe."
And just you bash the shield. I am going to have I just want you to make like a God, I think there's a strength intimidation or
I got that.
Yeah.
It's not 666s, but it is 556.
Damn.
Let me get my character up here. I believe I have that focus. I do. So that's going to be 10, 16, 23 with 6 stunt points.
As you bash this shield, the Ben Hasrael spinning around you, beginning like now caught off guard, be trying to bring their blades around on you. You see the one sword you kind of like pushing back, as now they weren't expecting to be confronted by somebody as like fully armored and unsurprised as you are. And as they tried to gauge themselves, you see quickly circling around to the other side, now surrounding your group, are the 3 seekers that have also drawn their swords and are pointing them at the Ben Hasarath. And you hear one of the seekers say, "And I'm going to ask you to drop your weapons too." And you see all the Ben Hasarath like freezing, and Jason in front of you kind of begins to curse. Says, "Shh."
Ravensquill? What the fuck is that even? I'm off. I'm gone.
I'm going to say with the intimidation that you rolled, they are not going to fight to the death. They are going to surrender in this moment, giving you a moment to like sort of reconvene as you're confronted with this this strange dwarven Grey Warden that has just come out of nowhere.
Oh, Yaz is off. Like, as soon as this is handled, Yaz is running after her mother.
Okay, so you just start running away.
Yes,
out.
I'm going
Okay.
after Talus.
Ziggy, what do you do as you see Yasmera? I think you recognize, based on descriptions, Yasmera. Do you go chasing after her? Do you say anything?
Yeah,
Sorry, at
I
this
think
point,
it's-
Yaz just sees a dude that was very helpful with the
absolutely, yeah.
Seekers and is just
Who the fuck
gone.
is
I'm
you?
sorry.
Yeah.
Who the fuck you be?
I
No,
think
this is kind
he
of
mutters,
perfect for the Red Jenny, just completely ignoring.
I think Zygmunt mutters something under his breath about stone-damned, long-legged canaries, and starts like trundling along after you.
Start
Because
running
mind you,
after.
he's very slow.
Yeah, I was gonna. Did you say
he doesn't
5'8" for a dwarf, or is
He's
he
pretty damn tall for a dwarf.
Is that tall? I guess that is tall. Yeah.
I was thinking like
I didn't really
4'8".
feel-
I
Venenn's
want to know,
5'8".
like,
That's
is
probably-
he? Are you a insanely tall dwarf, or
No,
are you-
no, I don't think he is. No, I think he's probably average, maybe a little on the tall side for a dwarf. He's just because he's
5
he's-
foot.
He's,
Maybe he's
very
5 foot.
broad. He's a chunk.
Yeah.
But-
Oh yeah.
But he also
5 foot
yeah.
solid cube.
He's got
Dwarves
some,
start
like,
off with a
platforms
really
on,
slow
too.
speed, and I've got a lot of armor on. So he's
Yeah.
just-
So you're just like.
So I just hear him trundling
You
behind
hear-
me.
Massive, heavy falls of armor that you are slowly gaining distance, growing quieter as you are running, but you're
I
hearing
mean,
him
she
running
she
behind you.
starts like juking back, like, what the fuck? Are
It
you fooling me?
We'll talk later. Go. You have things to do. I'm here. I'm helping. Go. Move.
She's gone. Like, gone.
Okay, we're not going to be in initiative because there's no immediate like combat. Now we've resolved all of that. I want to know what the people are. You're all hearing chaos going on now because now something else has popped off. As Yasmera, you come around a corner, you see other Ben Hasrath are coming in, are now fighting against seekers that have thrown off their cloaks and disguises and are ambushing the Ben Hasrath agents that are in the building. You see, like, you hear chaos down in the like towards the cathedral and back to the apartments and just all over the place. It's just pure chaos right now. You're able to move unaccosted as you're rushing through because just there's so many people. Where are you heading towards? Are you trying to go up to the Divine's apartments?
The last I had understood is that was my mother's plan. I don't believe a goddamn thing that she has said at this point, but also that is where I know my friends are. So
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, you begin to rush that way. The sun has now set. The lights in here, like there's like firelight and torches burning across the wall, lanterns across that are casting long shadows down hallways of people clashing with each other. Blood spraying across the ground. You hear the shouting of both Ben Hasrath and Seeker alike. And it is just like full chaos right now as you reach the steps and begin to ascend. Venehn and Garas, we're gonna cut back to those moments after the abomination has fled. There are a couple of seekers in the room with you. They begin to like spread out and searching around the room for what might have happened. But Akant and the two of you are have a moment right now. Or do you just immediately go running off? What do you do?
Garas, there's this moment after they leave. Garas is still in that ready fighting stance. And he's just breathing hard. Breath is shuddering, like he's just coming down from all like the adrenaline and emotion that's just hit him. And now everything hits him at once. And he just lets out this really frustrated scream and yell at the top of his lungs before standing up, putting the claymore away, and he leans down and just touches that halberd one time before standing up again, looks to the others. We still have a job to do.
Something's wrong. I think the explosion up here might have moved out the timeline. We need to find Yasmera.
Yeah, let's go.
Two things. I would like I'd like you both to make perception seeing tests. And also perception empathy tests.
My seeing is a big 10.
Okay.
Okay, so
Not great.
for the seeing, I got a 17.
Okay.
And for the perception, empathy or feeling,
Empathy, yeah.
a 15.
Okay.
Does this have
17,
anything
15.
to do with fear?
Yes.
That's a 19 on empathy.
All right. Let me check something real quick. You said 19?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. So there's something that Garas notices that Venehn doesn't, something Venehn notices that Garas doesn't.
And that's why they work together.
Venehn, you see Garas being to push past you after he lets out this yell, and you see Akant sort of behind him. You can see Akant's hand, like gripped on his sword, is like shaking slightly, and you just see him like glaring. Like there's an emotion of fear right now after what just happened. Like you see, like he's still recovering from, and you see him glare like daggers at Garas in that moment. Not like he's gonna attack him, but just like. He's coming down from this, and you're not sure exactly what happened up here, but you can tell that Akant is shifting some of that blame onto Garas in this moment. Garas, as you turn to leave, you notice something. There's a glint out of the corner of your eye. And you see there are lots of a lot of things have been destroyed here, sculptures and paintings and all sorts of stuff. But there's a statue of Andraste that is laying on its side in like it was knocked off a table during the explosion. You see it's cracked in half, and you see a glow of red coming from the statue.
Garas goes to check that out.
While Garas is checking that out, I am gonna very briefly just kind of like nudge Akant.
Looks down at you.
Your hands are shaking. We can fight about this later.
Understood. He takes like a deep breath. You can see like he was trying to like get a grip on it, and that you noticed it even like further kind of solidifies for him that he needs to get a grip on this. And you see like he grips his sword a bit harder and begins to move towards the door. Garas, you head off from the door, and Venehn, you and Akan kind of stop as Garas moves away, and you come around to this statue, and you can see inside there is a crystalline substance. Looks like lyrium, but it is crimson red.
Ben, here's red lyrium over here.
What a day.
At that point, you hear footsteps coming up the staircase, and a slightly out of breath Yasmera comes rushing upstairs, followed by a goosh, 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 goosh of a probably a little more out of breath dwarven man coming up the stairs as well.
He's just kind of like looking at this red lyrium like it's like this is just another thing on this already terrible day. Garas will pick it up, and how big of a chunk is it?
It's embedded in the statue, so you're not quite sure how much. Like, it's a statue that's sort of like, the sculpture seems to have been built around or cast around the red lyrium at the core of it. I'll just give you this for free. You probably don't want to touch it.
Right. Yeah, because like I'm looking at it, is like the statue like it's like a 1 foot tall statue, is like a huge statue.
No, it's not huge. It's about like maybe 1.5, 2 feet tall.
So I could grab like the statue part probably.
You could take like I said, it's this statue of Andraste that's been like cracked in half. You could take like, so it's about like a foot of stone. It's, hefty, but it's, you could pick it up by the head of the statue.
Is there like, I will like grab like any I'm guessing like maybe like some drapery was falling off. I will grab that and I'll just wrap it up in the drapery.
Easy enough.
And pick it up.
That, just bundling this.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I think that's the scene that Yasmera you come up to.
She knew something. Where's the divine?
Safe.
Are you sure?
She's with Janelle and Livia, so...
We should check on them immediately. Something changed. She knew. She knew that... What the hell happened?
Carter turned into an abomination.
No, really, what happened?
Carter turned into an abomination, Yasmera.
We don't have time to yell about this now.
We have a job to focus on.
Carter's gone. We need to move. I know they're keeping the divide.
I also need you to make a willpower morale check. And Garas, I'd like you to make one too. I don't think I've had you make one yet.
Yeah.
Could I do self-discipline as well?
Oh, sorry. Self-discipline works too.
Could I use courage?
No, it's not really This is either I'll give it to morale or self-discipline, but you're not confronted by an immediate like fear effect right now.
Yeah, that's not that's pretty fitting. So,
that's a 15. I rolled pretty good.
5, 3, 1. That's a 9 plus 4 is a 13.
Would this be a role-playing stunt kind of thing?
No, this is more of a reaction to avoiding an effect right now. So you got a 15 and a 13. The 15 is fine, Garas. Again, whatever you're feeling, you can take control of it. It's not going to affect you in this moment. But again, whatever that might be you're feeling. Yasmera, whatever Yasmera feels in this moment, I think it's just one too many things that she's trying to keep under lock. Like, as somebody who's pretty disciplined at like trying to keep control of her emotions, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Not saying you have to you're fully shut down or anything, but you do feel just I would say, maybe the fact that you weren't here, whatever it might be, that there is like a defeatedness that like comes over you in that moment. You are going to be at a -2 penalty for any will-based checks for until like for the rest of this encounter, essentially.
I think that manifests as Yasmera's mouth is still just half open, trying to ask more questions, and then as you all continue to say he's gone over and over, it's that just awful, horrible, uncontrollable, like painful, racking sob. I obviously I don't think any of you, no one has ever seen this. I don't know if she's ever done this before. Just doubles over
I can't.
in racking sobs.
Bring her.
Yeah, I think as soon as that started happening, like Akant like clocked that something was wrong, and started to move towards Yasmera. I think he sheaths his sword again. And I don't think he says anything because he knows that whatever he says right now, like, isn't really going to do anything. We're still like, it's still such a fucked up situation. But he just puts his hand on your back, just like enough to steady you, and let you know that he's there, and try to push you forward.
She moves, just moves where pushed.
The Khan's the only one big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He will like, I mean, he will carry you if he needs to. I think he made the assumption, like, he gives you a second, and it's not like he like just starts shoving you out the door, but it's just like, it's giving you that little bit of pressure on the back to know that, like, to make it a little bit easier moving forward. I'm describing something very specific that like my dad used to do that I'm just like pushing forward here. But yeah, as this is all happening, you sense this room. Ziggy, you have entered this room in this very kind of depressed. Everybody's got gloom clouds over their heads right now, as everybody's just kind of like dealing with something.
Well, this is it's obviously a situation going on here, but if your servant, who shot a crossbow at me, by the way, was correct and truthful, I believe there is an assassination attempt happening at the moment. Zygmunt Ung Harad, Lieutenant Warden. I have business with you all, but we can conclude that after we conclude this. You have my aid today.
Well met.
Garas clocks the symbol. All right. Nice to meet you. Let's get going.
2 Grey Wardens on the team, then. That'll serve us well. We'll talk after, Zygmunt.
I think Akant stays quiet, just like focus is very much on Yasmir right now as the 4 of you. I assume, are you just heading into the palace to try to get a sense of what's going on?
Yeah, just heading on forward to see what the vibe is right now.
Yeah, Yaz also wanted to make sure the Divine was safe.
Yeah. Janelle was taking her to her quarters. So that would be back down the stairs into a different wing of this like palace area, palatial like apartments here. You hit the bottom of the stairs. You can still hear some you see some of the Seekers have begun to like pull any of the people they've detained or killed or knocked unconscious, like gathering them together in the center. They're still like, and then going to back up other people in some chaos out that way. It does seem like the Seekers do have the upper hand based on the preparations. You haven't heard any explosions yet. So it seems like the plan, regardless of what happened with Carter may have kicked it off, that they were at least they knew little enough about what was supposed to happen that happening didn't necessarily undermine your plan entirely. Everybody was just ready for something to fucked up to happen. So you hit the bottom of the stairs and you head off to a different area of the palace where you don't really hear any noise right now. And it's actually like you leave the chaos behind you. It's a long corridor, a pretty wide passageway with more adornments that extends ahead and then cuts off where, again, this area of the chantry is specifically devoted to high-ranking officials and their living quarters out this way. Most of this has been evacuated at this point. You round the corner, though, and find the stairs that circle up. And the first thing you notice is a splash of red across the floor. And you see 2 dead bodies at the base of the stairs. Seekers. None that you know of on hand, but that were likely tasked to guard or keep watch. They are... one of them's arm has been fully cleft off. The other one looks like he has was just like run through by a large blade, just torn to pieces.
I'm going.
Yeah.
You rush up
These
the steps.
these elven feet are doing the sprint. We're
Just
so
moving.
fast.
You rush up the steps as fast as you can. As you hit the first landing, you wheel around and you see a streak of blood across the wall, as if like a hand dragged across it, coming down the stairs. And at the base of the steps, currently laying and clutching her side, you see Seeker Livia. She's breathing raggedly, and like clutching at a wound. This doesn't seem like a large, this seems like a knife wound, like under her armor.
Where's Rosamund?
Upstairs. The Canary went past the Duchess.
How many?
1. And the Duchess.
Knowing
She stabbed me. I don't know why.
knowing how fast the rest of this group moves, Ziggy is, while you're talking, is going. He fully expects that you guys will follow and eclipse
there
him. So he's
anybody
shooting, trying
else?
to get a head start.
Yeah.
Are there any other seekers or anything?
Yaz is gonna drop down and pour the last regular health potion that she has into Livia.
Okay.
So
You
that's
administer a potion.
4d6 plus her con.
Okay. It's enough. You can roll those, but it's enough to bring her back. I don't think it brings her back into a necessarily like fighting condition right now.
Yeah.
She kind of sits up a bit more and she says, "You have to go. She's upstairs. I don't know what happened to Janelle. Maybe something took control of her.
You've been betrayed.
We'll talk later.
Save the divine."
I lock eyes with Yasmera, who is like clearly in crisis right now. Your mother is the reason we're in this mess. We never would have taken this mission, and Carter never would have died if it wasn't for her.
Don't you think I know that?
I am telling you this because I need you to run up those stairs with me and end her. I need you right now.
Yaz slowly rises to her feet, silently.
You want your revenge?
No, I just want this to end.
That's enough. You can do this.
Apparently I'm the only one who can.
We're with you. Looks
The
at
very
Garas.
To the very young Yasmera. As he's already walking up the stairs.
Go. No.
Thinking Garas heading up, Yasmera, Venehn following, Yasmera, your father moving behind you as soon as you start to move, following along. The five of you push up the steps, leaving the Seeker Livia to recover on the stairs. She, I think, it begins to try to stand from her wounds and calls him, says, "Save her. I'll get help." And she begins to head down the steps to go rally the Seekers and let them know what's going on.
Yasmera, we need you with us, and we are with you.
You reach the top of the steps, which end at the set of doors, the wide set of wooden doors that lead into the Duchess's quarters. The door is slightly ajar, and you see a glow of light from underneath the door, crimson and flickering. You push the door open. You catch a stillness, a quiet in the room beyond. No. The only noise, a slight crackling, as you see the source of the red light emanating from across the room out on the balcony. A glowing mass of fragments of red lyrium suspended in the air above the body of the divine, still seeming alive, but sort of suspended in this half animation, as the fragments are suspended above her, almost seeming to be draining something from her. Like you see this energy coalescing around her head and moving towards the lyrium where it is like collecting there. Standing in the doorway, blocking off the passage to the balcony, the towering form of Talus, looming there, sword planted in front of her, facing the door, as if guarding whatever is happening behind her. She locks eyes with Yasmera and Akant as you enter, but does not flinch or say a word, as she seems resolutely determined to face you in this moment. And behind her, in front of the divine, seeming to like focus and like attending to this ritual, you see the Duchess, or you see the flowing blue and golden silken dress, but the black hair is gone, replaced with a short cropped brunette hairstyle, framed around tattoos, Dalish markings, as you see Brila, now no longer disguised, turns and faces the five of you with a smile. And that's where we're going to take our break.
From Blue Justin.
Oh, no, I know. That's
Oh, okay.
what Ziggy said.
Fuck.
Oh!
Fuck.
So, with a seeming recognition from Ziggy as to who this is, and the rest of you staring down, needing to save the divine, we're going to take our break here, and we'll come back to jump into what I'm sure is going to be combat. So, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back in a few moments to continue our session.
Will
so
we?
Stay tuned.
Are we gonna come back?
Yeah.
You look like you're about to shut the stream
You were
down.
looking like
We
you're
don't
about
go
to.
away until I press the button.
Stay tuned.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Venehn is taking the one form of control he can in this moment.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Go get something to drink. do a stretch, take your meds, maybe get a snack, because the second half of this stream is going to be something you don't want to miss.
I lived. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break.
Barely.
We're gonna jump back in as our 5 heroes are standing across in this moment frozen in time, standing across the Dutch's former quarters, staring at the divine, currently the source of some sort of profane ritual, as she is suspended in the air and enshrouded or surrounded by fragments of red lyrium, currently conducting this ritual, or seemingly at least attending to it. You see the member of the Disciples of Silence, or Blue Justin, Brilla, as she has revealed herself as the true, or at least having been disguised as Duchess Janelle. Whether there was ever a Duchess Janelle, we haven't found out yet. But currently interposing herself between your main threat here, interposing herself between you and saving the divine, is Talus, Yasmera's mother, Akant's ex, the bane of many of your existence right now. Currently, her massive, almost 8-foot Kunari frame barricading this door. And as you are debating, as this moment, as this time returns to itself, and the reactions begin, I would like you all to roll initiative. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll for our. Holy shit, that's trip ones. Wow.
I rolled like shit.
Yeah, I really rolled 2 on myself.
I will give that to Talus. Terrible. That'll be 11 plus. Go away, music. Jesus. All right, that's a big old 5 for Talus. All right. Then for Brilla. Actually, I'll do this one for Kant because I'm already on this page. It's 4. So 12 for Kant. And then last. That is a 22 for Brilla. All right. Venehn, what'd you get?
15.
Garas?
14.
Yaz?
20.
Ziggy?
16.
All right. I think everybody is updated. Let me get turn order. All right. At the top, it is going to be Brilla's gonna go first. And she looks, sees all of you. Minor action, draws a rapier, but she doesn't seem to move forward. She stands where she's at, and she looks to Talus. She says, I believe this is your job as part of this. I'll let you handle them. And as her sword kind of traces against the ground, she returns her focus to the divine, but she begins to hum or sing a song to herself, as she is going to start a song of valor as her major action, which is going to give Talus some bonus to attack rolls. And
I just want to say real quick, if that's the end of her turn, we just got a big raid.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Hi, Goodming
Hello.
Individual. Hi,
Hello.
Raiders.
Oh,
Hello,
you
everyone.
guys
We're
got here
playing-
just in time.
We're in the shit.
We
Yes,
in
we are
it
currently
right
playing
now.
the Dragon Age TTRPG, and we are currently in a fight with a big old baddie for this arc. All right.
This is
that-
betrayal written all over it.
Oh,
So welcome in.
As
We're
Brila
pissed.
begins her song of valor, that will be Yaz's turn.
She talks to her mother and attempts something persuasive. Is that an action or?
I will say it will be an action if you are looking to get any sort of benefit out of it. If it's not, if you just want to do some flavor, you can chat. I'm fine with that as usual. But if you're trying to like dissuade her to make her make like a morale check or something like that, I'm totally down for that. That might give her some penalties when attacking you. But that will be your action. Do that, yes.
All right. Then we attack.
Fuck it, we ball.
Fuck
Okay,
it, ball.
It is.
This map is to scale, by the way. There isn't a grid, so you just kind of have to measure out your moves. But the room is about it's 15 yards across. Talus is blocking the door, though.
Got it. Okay. We shall attempt a backstab then.
All right, you moving into the room?
Yeah, so we'll have to move in.
Okay. So minor action to move.
But I don't need to move in too far because we'll be doing the crossbow from a distance. So I think we're just gonna move over here. And well, we'll do some, hardcore parkour flips and shit. To catch her potentially unawares. And yeah, we'll use the major action to attempt to backstab. So opposed my stealth with her perception seeing.
All right. Sorry, I had to remember to update a Khan's hit points. The Khan is at 63 hit points, by the way.
Oof.
I should've-
Dad.
Ooh,
come
even I have
on.
more than that.
Well, he got hit. He took like 24 points of
Yeah,
damage.
He got hit hard.
Earlier, just FYI. Okay. So she has to make a perception seeing.
Yes, versus my stealth, which is at a +1 as well, because I'm in shadow mode.
She got a 23.
Shit, so did I.
I think she sees you then.
She sees me. Shit, that was a really good roll. Okay, then just a regular old attack then.
Oh, wait, hold on. I might have done that math wrong. 21, not 23. I did my math wrong. You got
Yes! Okay. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
What's up, old lady?
Okay, so with
I was
the
looking at the wrong
backstab-
modifier.
Well,
So
thank you
if-
for being honest.
You're welcome for being honest.
If I win the test, I get +2 to the attack plus the d6. Okay, so +2 to this as well. Okay. 13, 14, 15, 16 +7 is another 23. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, so that is going to be 3d6 plus 11. Oh, and then I think I get that extra +2 since I backstabbed.
You get an extra dice, right?
I get the extra dice, but I also have that fun thing of, for my shadow, when I backstab, I get to add my cunning again.
Kill your mom.
So my
Kill
cunning is
your
already
mom.
added to that, so I
Kill
add my
your
cunning
mom.
again. So it's actually 3d6 plus 16.
Damn.
That's really good. Okay. Yaz is pissed. We went from racking sobs to dead. Dead inside, dead faced,
Yeah.
dead eyes. So that's gonna be...
Oh yeah, I'm not sure, like, so Ziggy said he had
Well-
business with us. I'm not sure if this is the version of us he expected when he showed up.
Heavily traumatized. And,
But the three of us have all sort of made our way into fully dissociated, murder everything in front of us
20.
mode.
As you do.
That's gonna be 30 points of damage.
Okay. Did you pierce armor or anything?
I didn't get any stunts now.
Okay. So her armor is 14, so that'll reduce it to 16 points of damage.
Wait, her armor is what?
Her armor is 14.
She's stealthy as fuck. Plus,
She knew
she's
this was gonna
wearing
happen.
great armor. Plus,
She fully knew this was gonna happen.
she was ready.
She knew. She
Yeah.
knew.
What
she is
sort of
wearing-
like physical armor is she wearing?
Oh, she's wearing full plate armor,
Oh,
heavy
okay.
plate armor.
All right. Okay.
Like massive plate. You see runes embedded in it. This is some heavy duty armor.
And how tall-
Yaz,
how
when you
tall
saw
is
her,
she?
she is almost 8 feet tall.
Right, so we gotta go for her knees and tip her over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
And
I'll,
she
And
okay.
she is.
Ziggy,
she's
you kneel
carrying a
down behind her,
massive-
and then I'll kick
Yeah.
her and
Just come at her like a spider monkey, Ven. Just come at her like a spider
come
monkey.
at her like my 8th grade bullies did.
She also, I will let you know, is she has a bastard sword, like a massive two-hander sword that she is wielding. So anyway, yeah, that is her. I should have described her better. Versus Brila, who's wearing a dress and has a rapier. But anyway, Yaz, you fire the arrow. It like sinks into like a gap in her armor, kind of causing her to stagger back. You can see this blow doesn't really phase her all that much as it hits as you fire the crossbow, and she looks at you and she says, "You had your chance to walk away, Yasmera. I'm not
You-
giving you that chance now."
You have no idea what you are dealing with. This was foretold, mother.
Damn. Ziggy, is your turn.
I think Ziggy is going to cautiously approach. We're going to keeps his shield out in front of him, which, I mean, the size of this tower shield and as big as he is, it covers almost all of them.
Yeah, you're a one-man phalanx right now.
Yeah. And I'm going to... Oh, that's the wrong tool.
Just imagine, like, it's like, like the, you see those, like, I was thinking, like, the Spartan, Jesus, 300
yeah.
is kind of what I was
like the
imagining.
phalanx.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So from behind that tower shield, I'm going to use my move action to get, or my minor action to get about there. And then I'm going to use my major action as a minor action to enter into Guardian mode.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to select Yasmera as the ward of my mode. Yasmera, as long as I am next to you, you get a +2 to your armor. And then there's some other stuff too.
My armor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. You
Ooh.
just my body being next to you, I help deflect blows and use my shield to interpose between any attacks against you.
Thank you.
I will also, just sort of as a free action, call out and say, Brila, look, it's me. It's Uncle Ziggy. You could stop this. This doesn't have to be how this goes.
Oh, damn. Brila, I think, looks genuinely surprised to see you. From you see like that falter in her eyes, and she says, and she looks at you, and she says, "Ziggy, you're only going to get in the way here. I advise you leave all you can, old man. I really don't want to have to hurt you."
I don't want you to hurt me either, Brila, but you know I don't have a choice. What you've done, you must be accountable for.
We're going to save Thetis.
I know you believe that, little Robin. And I think that's his turn.
That's Ziggy's turn. Damn, we got some good character stuff in the middle of combat. I love that. Venehn, is your turn. Ziggy, I'm going to give you this too, because you are using this ability and this is yours. You also notice that from her posture, Talus seems to be doing much the same thing that you are with when it comes to Brila right now. She is also in Guardian mode. That is, Venehn, go for it.
So is Talus is taking up the whole doorway. There's no way I can get to.
No, there's no way
Really?
for
Okay.
you to get past her
Okay.
unless you move her in some way or have some special way of getting around her.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Ooh.
Some real nice glass windows that you could go through.
Yeah, I was about
if
to
you
say
wanna-
stained
They're
glass is
so pretty.
They're
They
very,
are
very
these
good.
are reinforced stained glass windows,
Yeah.
so there is like stonework through it. I will say you could potentially break those out to get around, but it is not as easy as jumping through it. There would have to be some momentum behind it and probably a strength check.
No, that's okay.
Could arrows get through the doorway, like over her head?
Arrows?
Oh,
Or is
could
she,
you attack? Yeah, you could
like
ranged attack
the
Brila.
lyrium or?
Okay. You could try to attack the lyrium, but there are like dozens
I don't
of
want to attack
fragments
the
of it.
lyrium.
Got it.
I want to
You're not
attack
sure-
Brila.
But you could shoot Brilla through. Okay.
You could attack Brila through
Okay.
past her. She will get a bonus to her.
She'll get a
armor,
bonus
but-
because of Talus.
yeah.
So do we focus down on Talus?
I mean, if you said that out loud, Yasmera would growl, "She's mine." But
Well, I can loosen her up a little bit. I'm not gonna kill
Wait,
her.
I got a
in
way
one
to get
shot.
up from the doorway.
You do?
Yep.
All right. Then I am. Yeah, I'm gonna use this turn. To. Let's see, major. Oh, it's my major action to backstab. Interesting. So I can still move.
yes,
You
you actually can use the movement to then do the backstab to like up here in the. In a
Well,
different
that's you only
space.
have to. Only have to do it. Or if it's melee. Nope. You know what? I'm gonna stay where I am. For now. I will. Yeah. This makes sense with my action economy, right? Yes, I will. Minor action to aim. I'm gonna aim at Talus.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna major action. Try to backstab her.
Okay.
So it's her perception, seeing, my dexterity, stealth. Good luck. I wish her well.
That is a 20.
I got 10, 12, 16, 22.
Okay, you succeed.
Yeah. All right. So I'll now make an attack roll.
Alrighty.
With +2. Ooh, Oh, let's see. That's gonna be a 20.
That hits.
Okay. And I've got 2 whole stump points on that one.
Here's that armor, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna pierce armor, because I can do that for 1. And that means my damage becomes penetrating. So all of the damage is gonna go through. Is there anything else I can do for 1?
Skirmish. Push it out the way.
Well, I think, hang on real quick. No, that's for 3. So pierce armor for 1. Really good skirmish. Yeah, 2 yards in any direction. Yeah. Or actually, ooh, do I knock prone? Cause I can knock her prone and add the knockback from marksman. No, that's straight back. I don't want to do that. I'll skirmish her. So I will, yeah. So my damage becomes penetrating, plus the backstab damage, and then I will skirmish her, yeah, off to this general direction.
Okay. Let's go and roll your damage.
2 yards. Okay. So bow. Backstab. 5, 6 plus.
Extra d6 too.
That's gonna be 16 penetrating. And she's gonna move 2 yards to the north.
She cannot be moved.
Aw, dang.
Due to her guardian mode, skirmish and knock prone stuns have no effect on her.
Dang.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
And
That was
you
only 1
said
stump point. I'll take
penetrating-
it.
She does get half her armor against penetrating damage with
Okay.
her armor master. So how much damage was that again?
16.
16.
Okay, so she still gets 7, so it'll be 9 points of damage.
I have sussed out a lot of abilities on this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, you've
And you
knocked
know what?
abilities
I'll
on this.
take it.
What's actually really funny, though, is that one of you sussed out the abilities before this combat even started and chose them for your character. Because I
Talking
looked
about
at
Garas, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Garas, because I was looking over when we were talking about Ziggy, and I was like, "You're just making the exact same character that I just made for the enemy." God damn it, Sita.
That's kind of how I feel right now. I know exactly how this character works. This
The
sucks.
two of you are like Spider-Man memes pointing at each other from across the room. She's just twice your height. But I need to be clear, we both picked these things. I picked it before he ever did.
I
and
mean,
he
you
had
know what
no
they
idea.
say. The bigger they are,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
harder they fall.
Garrus, it is your turn.
Okay.
So Garrus was totally paying attention to Venon's turn and clocked all of that. I'm
Yeah,
positive.
yeah, totally. Because I get skirmish for free, so I was gonna do that no matter what. Yeah. But I'm still gonna attack this lady with my claymore.
Okay, do you have enough movement to get in there?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Do I?
Elves is
I have a
fast
little
as
bit
shit.
of-
Yes, I do.
I have a little bit of over the table knowledge here about how your character works and how these abilities work. This is a little metagamey, but she's not immune to being pushed entirely.
No, she's just immune to the stunts. And
So if like
Yeah.
you charged her or something.
I'm
And
pretty
I
sure
mean-
one of Garrus's abilities
Mhm.
allows him to move people without
As-
it
Yeah,
being a
'cause
I mean,
stunt.
that's-
I would say like as someone who has very similar or the same abilities, I don't think that's metagaming at all. I think you see a person who's trained the same way you are.
yeah, whether or not it's an oversight from the game design, or it's intentional, but I will say it does specifically say here the stunts, so we're going to count it as the stunts because that'll work for and against y'all.
Then this may work. All right, we'll see. We'll see. So let's hit this one. Oh ho. That's a 22.
That'll hit.
Okay. And I got 5 stun points.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm going to do piercing attack for 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do mighty blow for 1.
Okay.
And that leaves me with 3. And I'm going to do lightning attack also.
Okay.
So, oh yeah. So I'll do this first one, the first attack damage on her. Mighty blow is, what is it? 1d6. Okay. So 21 points of slashing damage.
And you pierced armor?
Yeah, and it ignores armor because.
But she still gets half her armor for
Yeah.
it. So that'll be 14 points
Yeah,
of damage.
and because, and this is what I was going to ask the question about this. So because of heavy weapons mastery, it doesn't do the skirmish. It just says when you hit with a melee attack with a two-handed weapon, you can move the target 2 yards in any direction. It doesn't say skirmish. It just says
yeah,
I
and
can
that's what
move
I
them.
was saying, that because that is the language, we'll go ahead. I will allow it in this
Okay,
case,
cool.
even
All
if even if I'm pretty sure that's just an oversight from rules design. We'll go with it, and that'll be the ruling going forward. Especially since one member of your party has the same ability, so I can use that against y'all later on too.
Okay. So yeah,
So where do you want to move her?
I want to move her in 2 yards in that direction right there.
Okay. So I'm gonna move her right there.
And then I'm going to make a second attack because I had lightning attack.
All right.
That's a 20.
That'll hit.
Cool. So that is... That's 16 points.
Okay. So
And I push her another 2 yards.
She'll take 2 points of damage from that.
And I'm going to push her in that direction right there.
All right. She'll go right there. Okay. Yeah, so Garas rushes into the room, grabs greatsword, and quickly slams in her, almost like hitting with the blunt side of it, just to move her out of the way. Then you follow it up by thrusting again, just slamming into her armor. You hear the loud cling, cling with each hit as the sword impacts the armor that she's wearing. She is pushed back against this tub against the room, which she stabilizes herself against. Having been successfully moved out of the door. Well done. So that is Garrus's turn.
Yep.
Okay, it is now Akant's turn. Akant has 14 movement. Ooh, that's gonna be real close. He will move. He's gonna barrel through this. I'm gonna say he can move through this privacy screen here and just kind of barrel through that. And I think is going to major action charge. Actually, this is a good question. Yeah, he's gonna charge. So that'll give him a +1 on the. Let me check. Charge, half your speed, gain +1 bonus to your attack roll. So he's just gonna charge straight at her, and he lets out a yell, just like fury, as he moves past you, Yasmera, focusing down his quarry here. Let's make his attack. That will be 18, 19. That will hit.
Yeah, Dad.
No stunt points, unfortunately. This damage, he does 9 plus 11 with his halberd, so it's 20 points of damage, reduced by, so 20 points of damage reduced to 6. He's not able to enter his berserk mode. Yeah, that's all he can really do. He just charges forward and hits her again, kind of locking in with Talus there. That will be a Kant's turn. It is now Talus's turn. Okay, what is she gonna do? I think immediately clocking what you are trying to do, she is going to minor action move. And she is going to move back in front of the door. To block you off, and is going to attack Garas. Garas, that is a 23 to
That
hit
hits.
you. With 1 stunt point. Which means she can do... she's gonna do a defensive stance, so she'll get a +2 bonus to her defense, because she can do that for 1 stunt point instead of 2. And then damage-wise to you, Garas, that will be 28 points of damage.
Oh boy.
As she brings up this sword and slashes down on you, almost casually. Oh wait, she gets a +2 bonus when generating stunt points, so she has 2 more stunt points to spend. Hold on. She is going to also do a mighty blow, so that'll be another d6. It's another 5 points of damage to you.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. Need to remember she has that rune. Okay, that is the end of Talus's turn, which brings us back to the top. You watch a surge of energy cut through the divine from the lyrium as it seems to drain more from her in this moment. The ritual seeming to continue. Brila notices what is going on in the room, and she is going to actually use her major action to change her song. Let me see who is within 16 yards of her. I think that'll
It's
be
me.
everyone.
Not me.
It's me.
Oh yeah, everyone except for
I'm out.
yeah, you're outside. So Garas, you're the one that's right there, so I think it kind of makes sense. She sees you, Garas, and she changes this song, and the song becomes more like a little like darker and more a little more like sinister almost sounding, I guess. I need you to make a willpower self-discipline test.
Can this be courage?
Nope, it has to be
I
self-discipline.
will always ask.
Hour of will.
And it's gonna be contested by her performance, communication.
And I was gonna say if I could make a musical lore against this so I can hum a song in my head to counteract her song?
No, it's specific to the ability.
Ugh,
What did you get?
got a 6. No, I got an 8.
Okay, well, she got a 23, so I
Yeah.
think she succeeds.
Yeah.
You are immediately like, it's almost like everything else disappears. Actually, you can't even see like Talus in front of you. You're just like fixated as you're like looking past her, this song. You are under the effect of her song of captivation. You can take no actions on your next turn. That is Brila's turn, though.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yaz, it is yours. Your go.
Okay. Well. This is so hard. I know we have to fuck up Brila, but I don't know if Yaz is thinking clearly in any way at this moment. No, she's just going after her mom.
Okay.
So she will move here. Dad already knocked over that screen, so I don't think it's in my way anymore.
No, yeah, that's gone.
And I will attempt another backstab against Mom.
All right, so she's gonna make a seeing.
Yeah, perception seeing against myself.
That's not great.
Yes, yes, yes.
16.
Oh yeah. I got 16 on the dice plus 8. So yeah. All right. So there's a +2 to this roll.
I forgot she's got a shield. That's how she's gonna. Anyway, that's just flavor-wise, she is carrying a shield.
Ooh, yes, yes, yes. 13 plus 10. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 4 stun points. So we are gonna we're gonna pierce armor for 1,
All right.
and we are gonna mighty blow for 2. And yeah, we'll throw the rapid reload on there too. Why not?
Okay.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So that's 3d6 plus 16 again. Yes, yes. Okay, 11, 16 plus 16 is 32 points of damage with pierced armor.
Okay. -7 is 25. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, 25.
All right, 25 points of damage. Ow.
I've gotten multiple 6 5/5s in this combat, which
Nice.
is just lovely.
Arrow fires, sinks into her armor again. You see staggering a bit more from that one. That shot really got through. She
just saying again, just dead faced, no emotion, just flat affect at this point. This was all about your legacy. I hate to break it to you, Mother. I am your legacy.
You can see, despite the focus on Garas in front of her, she, after taking the shot, looks at you, and you can see that same look of disappointment on her face. That will be Yasmera's turn. It is now Ziggy's turn.
All right. We're gonna do a minor action to move. Oh, I don't have my measuring tool. Let's get that back out. Minor action will get me almost there. Okay, so I gotta use a combination. That's fine. I'm gonna use a combination minor action, major action charge to rush up right here next to Garas. I will use a free action to switch the target of my guardian mode to Garas.
Okay.
And I will I'll make an attack against Talus, but it's not really like before he does, he says to Brila, he shouts around the corner, I always loved hearing you sing, Brila. What room in silence is there for your songs? And I'll make an attack.
Damn.
Ooh, baby!
Good lines there.
Okay. Oh, shit, I didn't say this. I meant to take a -3 to the attack to add 3 to damage.
Oh, gotcha.
Is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, all right. So that's...
Normally, from now...
I know. New character, I gotta remember to do that shit. Yeah.
New character, who dis?
Okay. So... that'll be a... Do you get a bonus to your attack when you charge? It's been a minute.
You get a plus
one.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so that's a 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. And I get +3 to damage on this. So 15 damage.
15 damage total.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm also going to go ahead. I hope this doesn't bite me in the ass, but I'm going to activate my Rune of Fortune to add another 6 on top of that.
Oh, okay. So be
21.
21.
Yeah, not piercing. Oh, I did get stunts though. Fuck.
Yeah, use your stunts too.
I am going to go ahead and still add that damage though.
Okay.
Talos
So you're
needs
at
to
21
go.
points of damage now.
Yeah. I gotta pull it back up because they get a bunch of things about their stunts. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I can do that for cheaper, and I can do that for cheaper. Okay. I'm gonna use 1 point to threaten Talus.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to make a strength intimidate versus her willpower self-discipline. If I win, they must attack me in some way on their next turn.
All right. She's willpower self-discipline for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 9. Yeah, it's 14.
You win.
Oh, dope. Okay. And then I will.
She rolled really bad.
I'm going to use.
Twos.
You said she does have a shield, right?
Yes, she does.
Okay. I'm going to try to disarm her shield.
Oh, okay.
We make opposed attack rolls. And if I win, there's no stunt points generated, but if I win the test, I knock their weapon 1d6 plus strength yards in the direction.
All right.
So 8, 12, 17, 19 from me.
And what does she have to roll again?
Just an opposed attack.
Oh, she just makes an attack?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That is a 22.
So that was 3 of my points. I got 2 left.
Is that more than what you did? Or what did you get? Yeah, it was more.
I got a 19. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Well, she's going to attack me. I'll use my last 2 points on a defensive stance.
Okay.
+2 to my defense until next round.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Yeah, Ziggy, you like just shouting past Talus as you're engaging her, like slamming your sword into her, like catching her shield and driving it a bit further. You and Garas trying to overwhelm her. Venehn, it is your turn.
I am going to look around the corner of the doorway that I'm still in. I'm going to aim at Brila and I'm going to fire.
Okay.
As you do, you hear Ziggy shout out, "No!"
I don't know you.
Damn.
I know that.
Whew.
You don't even go here.
He doesn't
even go
here.
here.
That is 12, 13, 23 to hit with 6 stump points.
Ooh. Brila. That hits. Oh wait. Yeah, no, that does hit.
I'm going to use 5 of my stump points, and I am going to try to paralyze her.
Oh shit.
So she
Okay.
needs to make a
Yes.
target number 13 Constitution Stamina test.
Okay. Constitution, stamina. All right.
Come on. It's
Um
5 of my 6. I need this.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this one in the open. Cause this is a big one. She has a +4 to this.
She's probably going to make it.
Come
on.
All right. 13.
13. Oh, no, wait. No. Time out. Journeyman, cost lower. Target number raised to 15.
She rolled a 14.
It's 15.
You succeed. Or she fails. As you fire the shot from across the room, it sinks into Brila. She turns, just like catching the arrow for a moment as the arrow like strikes the side, like tearing the dress, cutting into her. And there is a flash of this dull green glow that then kind of snakes up her body, and you see, like, as she recoils away, just freezes into place as the paralyzation takes hold.
I just want to say for stream, you can confirm because you gave me this bow. It is in the Journeyman track.
Journeyman
the
is
target
15.
number is 15.
I thought 13 was a bit low.
I was looking at the novice. That is my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
awesome.
she cannot move for the rest of the encounter. She loses her dexterity from her defense. She can take no actions. She is not subject to a coup de grace unless otherwise unconscious or dying. At the start of each of her turns, she can make another test.
Yes. Okay. But yeah, so she is frozen there for now, and
Okay.
Who knows how long it'll be.
And I have shot her, and that was 5 of my 6 stump points.
What was the damage again?
I haven't even rolled it yet.
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and do that.
I haven't rolled it yet, because I was gonna just hope that I could do something with this last stump point, and this last stump point is to pierce armor, and
Okay.
my bow damage is not going to be much, but it is going to be penetrating.
All right.
Somewhere in the back of Venehn's mind, he's like, Rain would get a kick out of this. That's a 4 on the dice, so 8, so 12 damage
12 damage
on
That's
Brila,
pretty
but
good shot.
penetrating.
Yeah, no armor from her. She does not have the same gifts that.
And she can't do shit.
Not until she succeeds. Nope. All
I cannot
right.
believe that worked. Oh my god, I could literally cry right now.
That is, and by the skin of your teeth too. That is.
Isn't
Venen's
that
turn.
how Venehn does things, though?
Yep.
Unfortunately, Garas, you can't take any action.
Oh no! Wait.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Aim is just to the attack. I was just making sure. You're good.
Okay. So Garas, you were captivated on your turn, but at the end, you are now free as the melody fades away.
At the end of my turn, because can I just say, she's frozen! Kill her!
It is Akant's turn now, who is going to rush, is going to push forward and join the squad here, and try to make an attack against Talus. That will hit. No stunt points. That's pretty good damage, though. He's got a plus 11 to damage. So that's 22 points of damage minus 14 equals 8 points of damage to her. All right. That is going to be Talus's turn now with and I think she has to attack Yuzi, right? All right. Before I do that, all right, that is to check her ability here. Okay. She's gonna make attack against you, Ziggy.
Let's do it.
That is a 26 to hit you.
Oh, that'll hit.
And with 4 stunt points, she is going to.
Sorry, my mom sucks, y'all.
We knew.
We knew your mom sucked.
She's gonna mighty blow for 1. She is going to. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm pulling up the stunts here. Combat stunts. Where you at? There you go. Yeah, she's gonna mighty blow for 1. She's gonna lightning attack for 3. And she just had to attack you at least once, or both attacks have to be against you?
Let me look at that again.
It was a taunt, right?
Threaten.
Or threat.
If you win, they must attack you in some way on their turn. It doesn't really specify if it's one or.
I guess it's like they must attack you in some, like it doesn't matter how they attack you, but they have to attack you, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that interpretation. So she's gonna hit you again, or try to hit you again, because again, it's weirdly written. That is a 24. Is that right? Yeah, 24.
That'll hit.
Okay. That, no stun points on that one. So, damage-wise, first one with the mighty blow is 30 points of damage.
Hey, no, none of this is piercing, though, right?
No.
Great.
Second one is 25 points of damage.
Okay. You said 30 on the first one, right? Or 31?
30.
30. Okay. 30 and 25. So that's going to be 18 and 13, so 31.
Okay. Alrighty. That will be all Talus can do, though. She can do something with her minor action. Let's see. I always forget what is an option for a minor action. She is going to. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Brila's turn. I think she just has to make this to be able to take her turn, right?
Yes, she has no actions. On this turn, let me just double check when she makes the check.
Is that the start?
Oh, it's under health realization. Yes, at the start of each of her turns.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna roll this one on the open again. Need a 15.
15.
That's
Yes!
an 11. She does not get her
Yeah,
turn.
she loses her whole turn.
Uh,
Can take no actions.
okay. Okay. So, because she's not able to do that.
She also
Still
can't
end?
move.
Yeah. So she's not doing shit. You watch as she's like held in place. You see the at the end of when the crystals around her begin to slow their rotation, the electricity kind of pouring off of this red lyrium fizzles, and the glow fades, and you see the spell or whatever effect dwindle away, and the divine
Clutch.
falls to the stone, landing there as a few fragments fall around her. That is the end of Brila's turn. It is Yaz's turn now.
Finish her.
I mean, I think Yaz was in full matricide mode until Ven yelled that she was frozen. Kill her. So I think Yaz is gonna.
Are y'all cool with going a little bit later so we can end this combat?
Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna mosey on over here to get line of sight. And will. How does it work to backstab someone who's completely paralyzed?
Well, that's a good question. I know there's stuff in the rules about that. Because she loses her defense.
She loses her dexterity from her defense.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
So she could potentially.
I'll say you
still
can get.
see-
I'm gonna. Well, no, because she can't move. I'll say that you can automatically backstab. I think I read something earlier that there's another thing that paralyzes that automatically grants you backstab. And again, it's one of those weird things in this rules where it's written in some places and not others. So I will make the call that you are attacking from an unexpected direction.
Beautiful. So +2 to this. Yeah. 3. That's 13 plus 8. 21 to hit.
And who you're attacking, Brila?
Brila.
Okay. 21 will hit.
Awesome. I've got 3 stunt points. And I think I'm going to use all 3 to skirmish her off the balcony.
Yes.
Okay.
Me and Sid were in the same mind blink right there. I was looking directly at you. Said, yes.
I'll also roll damage.
Yeah, go for it.
12 plus 16. 28 points of damage. And I'd like to skirmish her, 3 yards?
I think it's. Is it
1
2
yard.
It's 1 yard per point.
It's 1 yard per point.
No, it's 2 yards per
It's
point.
2
yes.
yards per
So-
point.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll
so-
say the full 6 yards.
Okay, hold on. Damage wise, what did you say you did again?
Sorry, it was 28 points of damage.
Did you pierce armor?
I did not.
Okay. So that'll be 18. All right. Okay.
Well, could I pierce for 1 and would 4? I think 4 would still get her off the balcony, would it not?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, then I'll do that. I'll pierce armor and shove her for 4 yards.
So an extra 10. All right. Yasmera now lined up on the other side, like moving across the room. You see Brila frozen there, fires the crossbow, which hits, causing her frozen body to slide back, hits the edge, and tumbles off the edge of the balcony and out of sight. And Brila is gone.
What floor?
Disappearing
floor are
without
we
even
on?
a sound. You are like 4 or 5 stories up, so about like 40 or 50 feet. So, and with, again, not even a sound as she is paralyzed, Brila disappears. That is Ziggy's turn. Obviously, Ziggy, you had a front row seat to that happening.
He, in a split second, he tosses down his shield and his hammer, and he just looks up at Talus with a pleading, desperate look, and he's going to try to shoulder past her.
Okay. You're going to try to
Let-
shoulder past her and get at
I'm hoping she'll let me past.
Well, here's the thing. Her guardian mode ends because she is no longer she no longer has an ally around her, so she can be moved now. I don't
think I have the time to attack.
I'm just going to have you make a, because you're essentially charging. You're going like full movement. I'm just going to have you make a contested like strength might roll.
Oh, this is when I should have used the fortune. Okay. All right. Strength might. Here we go. 3 5s again, so that's 15, 22.
She rolled 3 4s. And got a 20. Because she does not have a focus in might, so she only got her raw strength.
Okay, so he just like as tall as she is and as short as he is, he just like puts both empty hands now onto one of her hips and just pushes, runs, and dives headfirst off the balcony.
You die. You push past just as she falls over the edge. You see Brila falling out of sight. Like instinctively, Ziggy goes pushing past, throwing Talus out of the way, who's caught off guard as she didn't even see what happened, assumes you're going for the divine, tries to stop you, but you're just like innate focus in this moment, and your drive to save a former ward of yours is despite what's going on, you rush past the divine, who is like kind of coming out of this state on the ground, and her eyes blinking. She's like regaining consciousness. You drive past her. You just like drop your shield and weapon behind you. You hit the edge of the balcony and just tumble. You hear divine Rose, what like reaching out towards you. She sees you do this, and then you vanish over the edge, suddenly in free fall.
I would like to try to do that Batman thing
where you grab her and like
I am going to push off the back of the balcony so that I go faster than she does to hopefully catch up.
I am going to make you okay. I'm going to say you're falling faster. You are smaller and heavier, that like there's less surface area on you. You are a cannonball. You are definitely following.
She's like a little bored, so she's, catching wind and all of that.
Yeah, and the dress is kind of billowing around her. Like she's kind of like, again, fully paralyzed, just like without moving, tumbling in front of you. You have a split moment. Again, there aren't rules in the game for this, so we're gonna this is how we are going to rule this. I'm going to have you make a dexterity roll to try to move yourself in air and try to get her yourself underneath her. I am going to.
Could I argue for dexterity initiative? Since I'm trying to
using the initiative
get ahead
focus?
of the.
You know what? I'll say, because that's kind of what this whole thing boils down to, is what was your initiative here? I will allow that. So you can roll dexterity initiative. I'm going to tell you what you're trying to hit. If you can get I'm going to say if you can catch up to her and grab her with a 13. If you do that, you grab her and you will take half of the damage for her. She'll take half, you take half. If you hit and I don't even know if this is possible for you, if you hit a 19, I will let you fully take the damage.
Okay. Well, I've got a +5 to this roll.
So
Okay.
join us next week for Sita's third character.
Yeah, right. I'm about to take a lot here.
Come on, honey.
I'm
you can do
also-
it.
Just got here.
I'm also going to do this roll in the open as well. What is it? Just a /R and then the dice?
Slash roll.
Yeah,
So
slash
/R. Sorry, /R space 3d6
Plus your mod.
plus the
It's
mod.
yeah. Yep.
Yep, 3d6 plus.
I think you can also click the stat also, and it'll roll for you. I think.
Well, I caught her.
What'd you get?
14.
14.
And in this dramatic moment, we've got another raid in the chat.
Holy
Holy
crap,
crap.
Raiders.
Okay.
Hello.
Lucky
so
for y'all,
meta
we're
games.
going.
Y'all.
So, okay. You have dove off this balcony, are falling behind her, just like trying to streamline your body. I mean, it is like I said, like a 50-foot, 60-foot maybe drop here. So you do not have a lot of time. You have jumped off, having that initiative to like see her beginning to tumble over the edge is when you were able to push through. You are falling behind her. You just managed to grab her petrified wrist, yank her around to the side of you, and you just wrap your arms around her. You're not able to like get underneath her, but you're hoping that you'll be able to take some of this impact as the ground rushes up to meet you in an instant. I'm gonna roll damage. I'm not going to roll it in the open. I'm going to message you the amount of damage that you take.
You're gonna do this to us 2 sessions in a row?
Yeah, well, because Ziggy is out right now, and y'all will not know how this is going for Ziggy until we finish this combat. So, boy, as quickly as they come into this world, they go out. So you will take half of this damage.
Is armor applying to
I'm
those
counting
for
this as penetrating damage.
Okay.
There's no your armor.
What
isn't
about with
meant-
my armor master thing?
Oh, interesting. Okay, I will say with your armor master, you can add you can take half your armor towards penetrating damage. That's correct. She does not have that same feat, so she will be taking the full amount.
Cool.
All right. Okay. I am going to whisper you the damage you take.
Y'all keep doing us so dirty.
Received.
All right. And she takes the same amount. There is a boom. Actually, y'all see as you disappear, you don't even hear an impact. I think it's too far away. Maybe you hear a crash or something, but that is it. That is Ziggy's turn. It is now. I'm just gonna take you out of the initiative.
I don't know him.
because we're gonna deal with what happens to Ziggy once we finish the rest of
He
this.
just got here.
Venehn, is your turn.
I am going for Rosamund, for the Divine.
You're gonna attack the divine.
No, I'm gonna go get her. Yes, I shoot the Divine.
You
Surprise.
just going for her. I was like, wait,
I-
what?
No, I'm going
on.
to get her.
And Venehn removes his mask.
And
he's in
I
blue
am
Justin
also
all-
Brila. No, I'm gonna
was the one that fell
take.
off was the one who fell, and Venehn has been up down there the whole
I'm
time.
gonna take my elven ass in because I can make it to her because I measured 1,000 times because I'm super
Yeah,
fast.
I will. I'm gonna move because Ziggy rushed past, so that did push her out of the way. But Ziggy here, I'd say that opens
Yeah,
up enough.
Ziggy's
space.
gone. Talus to the side. I am going for Rosamund because that is the
Objective.
mission. I am gonna scoop her up. Is she? So that's my minor action to get to her because my movement is like 18 or 19 yards.
She is like blinking, coming. You saw her kind of yell out as Ziggy jumped over. She looks up at you. She says, "What's happening?"
Is she like injured? Can I tell?
Nope.
Like, is she? She's fine.
No wounds. Yeah,
Okay.
she's otherwise physically she appears completely fine.
All right. Emotionally, we'll see.
Emotionally, spiritually, hard to tell.
I need to get you out of here.
I would prefer that, yes.
I'm gonna scoop her up
And jump over the edge.
and jump over the edge. No. Can you walk?
Yes, I think I can.
Can you run?
If I have to.
Hold on to me. And I'm gonna I'm gonna take her arm and I'm gonna sort of like drape it over me like this. And I'm gonna I am gonna stay in front of her, and on my next turn I'm gonna get her out of here.
Okay.
I made a promise.
That is Venin's turn. Garas, it is your turn now.
So Garas finally is snapped out of the daze that he was in, and like everything comes to focus, and like his brain is catching up on everything that went around. So he sees Talus to the side of him, and he looks through the doorway and he sees that she's gone and Ziggy's gone, and he's still in this state of battle. So he just turns around and attacks Talus.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
That is a 21.
Hits.
Okay, that's 3 stun points. So, okay, I'm going to she's still has that sword, right?
Yeah, she has a sword.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mighty blow for 1. And dang, I don't have enough for it. Okay, I'm just gonna make a mighty blow for 1 and piercing for 1, and yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. Go for it.
Uh, 24.
24 points, and that's pierced.
Yeah,
Okay, so -7.
and it ignores all armor also.
Well, not for her though. So 24 minus 1, so it's 17. All right. You slash across her sword again. She tries to blow. She's being overrun right now. She wasn't expecting to have to be maintaining this for this long. You see her eyes catching out to the side, seeing the divine free seam Brila. Like the gears are turning. You see a look of frustration across her face as she's realizing that the plan has been disrupted.
And what I do is because I get to move for free because of when I hit her, I push her 2 yards so she's right in front of Akan.
Okay.
Like I just move her so like Akan can like line her up for whatever he wants to do next.
All right, which it is Akant's turn.
And I still have movement, so then I move back and I impose myself right there.
Cool. It is Akant's turn. He's going to do exactly that. He's going to make an attack. Oh my god, that's only a 17. That will still hit though. So she is going to take no stunt points. God, it's really so bad.
Come on,
points of
Dad.
Damage. So it's gonna be a total of 3 points of damage to her. Not great. As he locks, slams his sword down, she blocked with her shield, and you hear him yell. He says, "Talus, it's over. Stop." And it is now her turn as she throws the sword to the side. Seeing everything that's happened, she looks up at she looks up at Akant, looks back at you, Yasmera. She says, "I have a mission, and I will accomplish it no matter the cost." And she is going to minor action, grab a satchel off of her waist.
Fuck.
She reaches back, holding it in front of her. She says, "As I said, it did not have to end this way." And she takes in her hand as her action, reaches up and spikes it down onto the ground. And as the satchel of Gatlock impacts the stone surface, you see a small spark followed others, and then suddenly a massive explosion erupts in the middle of all of you. I need everyone to make a Constitution stamina test.
Oh boy.
Am I included?
Oh yeah. Well, I will say this too. The explosion goes off. Everyone has this split-second reaction to defend. This explosion looks like, it is going to encompass everything. You are holding on to the divine right now.
Even if it takes giving up my saving throw, I will cover her.
I will allow you to do that if you forego your test to avoid damage.
I'll fail.
Okay.
I will take her damage.
All right. Need one from everyone else. I will make one for Kant as well.
I'm a shitty little goblin elf of my word.
A Kant does pretty well. Well, I said pretty well. No, that's actually pretty bad.
Well, he's a dad, so he would fake it.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Can you guys like chill?
I got a 20.
I'm so proud of you.
All right. Yeah, succeeds. So you'll take half of this. Akant fails. Garas fails. Venehn fails.
Yep.
I'm going to roll the damage.
Suddenly jumping off the balcony seemed like the safer option.
Yeah, honestly.
Everyone takes 35 points of penetrating damage.
Ooh.
Sure.
As a massive explosion rocks this room again, just exploding outwards. Stone throw apart, the door exploding around. Venehn, you are knocked over. On anyone who failed is immediately knocked prone onto the ground as the stone begins to crumble around you. You holding on to the divine are now on the edge of this balcony, and as the rubble clears and you see Talus is thrown backwards and slammed against one of the walls, the Akant is the same, immediately thrown back into the wall too. Let me go ahead and take his damage.
So
Yaz, you're the first to recover from the blast.
If I succeeded, do I just take half of the 35?
You take half of the 35.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
17 points of penetrating damage.
Okay.
As
And
all
I'm
of
so
you,
good. I literally had not taken damage until right
Same.
now.
So I'm down.
No, you were at 3. It was 35. You were at
35.
38.
Okay, yeah, I read it wrong then. Then I have 3. I'm still up.
I'm good.
you all begin to feel a shuddering underneath you as the stone floor of the room begins to give way as well. We're going to move an initiative. You have 1 round to get out. Yaz, starting with you.
Fuck me. Okay, Garas looks on death's door. How does my dad look?
He is at 28 hit points.
Okay.
What about
Garrus-
Talus?
Talus is unconscious.
Let her fall.
Let her fall, yeah.
She's over here.
Where's my dad? Is he flung across the wall too?
No, he stayed right where he was. He had a.
Yes, get out.
Yeah.
Get
got
out.
a
Get
point
yourself
laid
out.
Get yourself out. I'll be fine. Just get yourself out.
How high up are we?
Can I toss Garrus a fucking health potion?
Get
Don't get yourself out. Don't worry about me. Just get yourself out.
All right. We're getting out.
Okay. I am going to have you make either a strength running or a dexterity. Oh, what was the one I wanted to do?
Acrobatics.
Is acrobatics the one of them?
I have acrobatics.
Then it must be. Yeah, let's go with acrobatics.
Okay. 20.
Okay, you succeed. Yaz, you're able to safely make it out of the room. Venehn,
Ooh.
the furthest away, and you got a friend with you. The divine will just act on your turn.
Okay, so everything is sort of falling out from
the
underneath
floor
us,
is
right?
crumbling out from underneath you into the lower levels of the palace. You are on a balcony, which is ill-advised, and the so you are going to have to make a check to try to get out.
Okay.
What I will tell you is this: the divine is also going to have to make the same test as you. She's running of her own accord. If you want to assist her in getting out, I will allow you to do so, but you will take a -2 penalty on your test.
How high up am I?
From the ground, you are, what did I say, 50 feet?
You said 4 to 5 stories, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
about
50
50 feet.
And I can see Garrus and Yaz from where I am.
Yes.
Can I give up my turn to make sure she makes it?
So fully, like, what do you mean by that?
Can I make sure can I like use my turn essentially to push her forward into Garrus or Yaz and make sure that that the divine lives if I take the fall?
Okay, so you want to commit to getting her out, but not being able to make it yourself.
If I can make some sort of like cool check as I fall.
I will say this: if you make the, I'll let you. If you make the test, because you can either make the acrobatics or the strength running test to get out. If you do so, if you fail, I will allow you to choose to save the divine instead. But you're gonna have that -2 penalty
Okay.
to making the roll.
Okay. That's acrobatics for me then.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled really good. Oh, 10, 14,
What's your movement, by the way?
20, 18.
Oh man, you are like just on the cusp of being able to make it. Okay.
So I rolled. Sorry, I lost my math. 6, 10, 14, 20. That's 21 acrobatics.
With the -2.
No, it's 19.
Okay. That is enough. The difficulty is a 19. Was an imposing test. So you were able to make it out safely with her.
With her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no sacrifice needed. Thankfully, you are able to very deftly cross the room with the divine in tow, making it just to the edge of where the chamber is collapsing. That will be Garrus's turn.
Okay. And it's dexterity.
It's either dexterity acrobatics or strength running.
Okay, I have neither of those focuses, so I'll just roll dexterity.
Oh, sorry, it's constitution running, not strength running.
Oh, it's Constitution?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
constitution running or
Dexterity acrobatics.
dexterity acrobatics.
Okay, because I don't have a focus in either of them, so I either roll dexterity or Constitution.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I got a 10.
A 10
Because actually,
total.
no, 11. Because I rolled a 1, and a 3.
Oh boy. Garrus begins to cross the room, stumbles. Hold on. Gotta make a roll here real quick. What's this modifier? Okay. Garrus begins to run across the room, gets about halfway. Some of the floor breaks out from underneath him as he does. As you hit the ground, Garrus, you all watch as Garrus begins to fall downwards with the stone as the room collapses underneath him, until you feel a hand grab onto the back of your armor, and you look up to see a Kant just for a moment as he grabs you, and just with a 20 on his roll, just straight strength, didn't have any focuses that applied, grabs Garrus and throws Garrus forward. As Garrus hits just the edge of where the room's collapsing, a Kant falls down into the rubble below, disappearing as the room falls beneath him.
I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this.
Take off your mask, Brennan.
As the room falls away, the dust hits all of you, hitting the ground just outside the chambers. You hear panicking and screaming from below, the sounds of footsteps heading up the stairs in your direction of the many seekers around you. I need one more roll before we end our session for tonight. As the four of you look onward in horror with the divine at your side, as Akant and Talus have fallen into the rubble below, I'm sure planning to attempt to recover them or see what fate they may have befallen. We cut outside into the streets below. Ziggy, I need you to make a roll for me. I want you to make a... we're going to do another Constitution Stamina roll. I want to see if you maintain consciousness. Because how many hit points are you at right now?
That actually, I'm such a meat stick. I still have 47 hit points.
Okay, yeah. I knew that probably wouldn't take you out. So, after taking 49 points of damage in the fall.
Well, I just rolled a 10, so that's going to be a 16.
16, okay. Crash, and then nothing. Your eyes begin to blink open. You hear screaming around you, you hear bells tolling. You look up in time to see from like the building, from the side of the chantry that you are currently on. You look up to see like smoke or dust carrying off, smashing glass, a few chunks of stone embedded behind you in the manicured gardens and lawns of the chantry surroundings, in the aftermath of some sort of terrible catastrophe that has fallen behind you. You're not sure exactly how long it's been. You blink awake, just sore, aching muscles. And you look to your side, and Brila isn't there. And you blink and you look up and you see, standing about 20 feet away, Brila, currently the unconscious body of Brila currently slung over his shoulder. You see Doman.
I think he reaches out with a hand that is freshly missing a pinky finger, and opens his mouth to say something, and a broken tooth and blood comes out. And with the last of his strength before he falls unconscious, he tries to lurch forward.
And just as the consciousness is fading and the blood loss and the trauma is hitting you, you hear the voice of Doman saying, "I'll see you soon, old man. Reyes will want to talk with you." And the consciousness leaves you. And Ziggy is left bleeding on the streets. Talus and Akant buried, presumably under rubble of the fallen palace. The divine safe, but at what cost? That is where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Y'all remember when we had that Winter Palace adventure and it was all fun and games?
Remember when this was a miniseries? Next week's episode 50, y'all. So you should tune in to next week because episode 50 is gonna be a banger.
God, how we doing, y'all?
I am an emotional wreck right now.
How's Yasmera doing?
I'll be sending
just
you a
watching
bill from my
her
therapist.
parents fall into
I'm
rubble.
so glad I have therapy tomorrow. This is something I'm going to be talking to my therapist tomorrow with. That's where I'm at with this. Yeah.
I also want to say I fucking loved it.
I
live for
fucking love
shit.
this 100%. I loved
live
every single
for
bit of
this.
it. I am
Yeah.
just going to be talking about this in therapy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I the opportunity for Kant to save Garas was
Of course he would.
too
course
good
he
for me
would.
to pass up.
Mm-hmm.
But we will have to see how that all went out, and who knows, Kant may still be alive. Talus may still be alive. Like, we don't know yet. We'll have to decide that next time. And hopefully, our friend Yasmera is not an orphan. Let's go around and do stars and wishes.
I got a star.
Yeah.
I got my star. I got to give it to Carter for that fucking amazing... I got not to Carter, Sita, for that fucking amazing character intro. Because it was basically... You did the most action movie thing ever of... So you remember that scene from Tropic Thunder when Robert Downey Jr. was in disguise and he threw off the coat?
I'm a
It says, "This is a-
farmer, motherfucker.
I'm a rice farmer, motherfucker." That was basically all in my mind the entire time when you did that, and I loved it. So that's my star. It goes to you for that. My wish is that Garas needs therapy. That's my wish. Like no joke. Garas needs therapy, and he needs someone that he can talk to about this, because right now he feels like he has no one to talk to about this, because this is going to really fuck him up
Yeah.
And yeah, he needs someone, and I think that's my wish. It's a selfish wish, but because I'm looking out for my character, he needs someone. He
Yeah.
needs someone to. He really needs someone to talk to because he can't go to Venn about it. He can't go to Yasmera about this. He needs someone because if not, he may walk away. He will probably walk away from this and not come back. So he needs something. That's my wish.
Well, the good news is you do have an experienced warden mentor who has just joined the group. That may
Yeah.
be a perfect opportunity because Ziggy's been through some shit. So
So Garas needs someone, and it's even more so because the one person he would have confided in this is gone.
yeah,
The one person because he knew he wouldn't be able to confide in Venn about this. He wouldn't be able to, like, Carter would have been the person he would have gone to about this, but Carter's gone and it's his fault. And now he unleashed a terror into the world. So right now, oof, yeah.
yeah. All right. Thank you, Wally. Who's next?
I'll go.
Go.
Woo! My star is gonna go to Yasmera. I can't single out a single line because she had so many cool. Yasmera was so cool. Yasmera was so cool today. Amidst and I think even like supported by the stress and the trauma that she was dealing with, like, I don't know. She the lines, the way that she dealt with it. I don't know. She just like there was a lot of Yasmira today, and I loved it because we don't get that very often. So to see like just the real Yasmira behind the shadow mode was great. It was so good. Oh, I hope we don't have to experience it again for several more episodes because I don't know if I could handle it. And I
Pretty
say
sure
that.
Yaz is just gonna be catatonic for next session.
And I
pretty
say
much.
that. I say that with the utmost respect, because there was some very serious. There was some real serious roleplay today. And I respect all of it. My wish. So, Venon's going through it. And I think at least like Garrus and Yaz are sort of are pretty aware of probably how he feels about what has happened. I think what they're not aware of is how he's going to handle it. So I think my wish is, ooh, my wish is Venehn knows that he is out of the original crew that is left. He knows that he is the one that has the most experience with this kind of thing. So I think my wish is for him to have the opportunity to, as hard as it is for him and as much of his feelings as he has to like tamp down, and he's not very good at that. He hasn't had to do it very much, but maybe the opportunity for Venehn to put his friends and his family before himself and help them sort of like process what is happening, and then he'll get to his feelings when he gets to it, because I don't think he's ever been there. I don't think he's ever put anybody's feelings above himself, and I think this is his opportunity too. So
So far, like all the wishes is that every single character goes to therapy, right? That's the wish.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of, but I think this is the one opportunity for Venehn to be like, I've been here. I can process this later. Let me prioritize the people who have not been here and maybe sort of, guide them through it a little bit. But is he gonna do a good job? Is he gonna try?
to see.
Though, I think that's where he's at right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Van. 2 more to go.
I'll go. Star's gonna go to Van and Venehn. Yeah. I know we talked about it during break, but pretty much the only thing that was gonna sort of snap Yaz into acting after everything that had gone on was, I mean, basically Ven verbally bitch smacking her into being like, we need to get this shit done. And as obviously guilt racked as she feels, it was exactly what she needed. So it was a great bit of role play. And just Ven going full border collie on the divine and just making sure that lady was surviving whether an atomic bomb went off or not. So I think mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Dude. Yeah, we did it.
It was good, very good. Yeah. I don't know if I have any wishes. I legitimately, as both the character and a player, do not know what is going to happen next session.
Mm-hmm.
I need to process, and I'm fairly certain Yaz will not be processing anything for the foreseeable future. So, yeah. We'll see what happens.
Did you guys ever think that Venehn was gonna become the straight man?
Nope.
No.
And the emotional support, here we go.
I think that's
Here
I
we
think that's the
go.
fun thing. That's the fun thing about it is because, and you said it yourself, that Venehn has to, for the first time, put others' needs in front of his.
He's the only one that's been there.
Yeah, this is like a huge thing for him too. So, oh boy.
Oh,
That's
buddy.
me.
All right. Sita.
Yeah. So we've been playing for 50 sessions now. We're about to be. And I've gone last in the Stars and Wishes almost every time. And sometimes it can be kind of a challenge because you hear the other 3 people first get to spout off and you're like, dang it, oh, that was the thing I was thinking of. But tonight was not one of those nights. The struggle I have tonight is how could I possibly choose who to highlight when every instance of tonight was just jam-packed full of incredible moments. Whether it was from the get-go with Garas's hesitation and then picking up the halberd to Venehn striking Yaz's cry of pain, just everything tonight. Oh God, it was a good one, guys. So my star goes to us, and here's to 50 plus more sessions or something. And I think my wish is for us to sometime very soon have an opportunity to not worry about the current events of Thetis so heavily, to be able to remember and live in a moment, take solace in a simpler past.
And fuck you, Sita, for making me cry doing Stars and Wishes, you fucking asshole. Fuck you.
Damn.
As they would say in some of our favorite animes, Haikyuu. Thank you for the game.
Yep, thank you for the game.
Y'all are welcome. Well, I know we kind of putting the dark into dark fantasy here today in the last couple of sessions, and I can't say it's going to get much better. We had a very we're kind of hitting like Act 2 of Red Jenny. You know, we're getting this up, and
Only the second
first
act.
I mean, well, if it's a 2-act thing, if it's a 2-act play, I guess Act 3, and we're getting into the second half of this.
Look, we're at Egghead Island, Fantasy.
Yeah.
I'll just say we're at Egghead Island now, and shit went down.
Our next episode is going to be number 50.
Yeah.
50. We've done these.
I definitely think, whereas we had a lot of goofy heists and antics and stuff, there will still be that happening, I'm sure. But probably going to be a heavier tone shift in this last stretch, as we're dealing with a lot of character backstory, trauma, and eventually the fate of Thetis as a whole. But I do think there will be plenty of time to explore these characters. We're going to get into downtime again next session. Y'all have completed this arc, a little bit another time skip, time for y'all to recover before we get into the next bit that I have planned. So I thank all of you for being amazing players and coming along with this, and honestly, this sort of dramatic stuff would not be nearly as much fun to run if I didn't have players that committed to it so fully. And it would be very easy for y'all to be like, oh, it's like, whatever, it's a game, whatever. It's committing to it and playing through and playing as your characters.
Well, we spent 49 other sessions doing a bunch of jokes.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I hope that y'all are having fun and continue to have fun playing this game.
We are.
Absolutely.
Despite all this shit that I put
and just to be
through.
clear for everybody at home, we have many safety tools.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That are here.
And we'll be debriefing after this.
Yes.
Yeah, we use many safety tools. We talk to each other outside of these streams, and so if you are concerned as players, we have talked to each other about this so much.
Just because I think it's
really important too. If anybody watching this takes inspiration and they're like, oh, I want to have a really dark fantasy game, go do it, but do what we did. Talk with your players, make sure that everybody is always on board, and because you don't want to hurt one of your IRL friends. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'll close this out with this too, because I think it's important that we discuss some behind the scenes thing that happened before on stream, just in case somebody's watching and wants to know the decision of what happened with Carter and everything after the end of last session. Something Sita and I talked through fully, and he had complete autonomy over how that all went. We discussed it and discussed many options, and we have chosen one that I think will be very interesting for the crew. But I always leave the autonomy of what the fate that befalls characters to the player, with consequence, obviously, so that playing game does have consequences. But yeah. So anyway, I want that to be talk to your players, talk to your friends. But yeah, thank you everyone out there for watching. We'll be back in a week to continue. I don't think we probably won't have any disruptions for a while. I need to look at our calendar. I don't remember, but we'll stay tuned and keep you all up to date. Thank you everyone out there for watching. Thank you, my lovely players, again for making this game a joy to run. We'll see everybody in a week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Par-delà le temps, la menace préparez-vous, le néant arrive. Les gens ne se trompent point.